Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Excuse me while I'm just trying to untangle my earbuds at the moment. My capture card doesn't actually allow... This is a bit stupid, right? My capture card only allows sound to go to my PC. So if I want to stream it or record it or anything like this, I have to plug in external earbuds just to be able to listen to the sound myself, because it does not do both at once, which I think is pretty dumb. But at the same time, I'm not really going to complain. It cost me enough as it was. So, yay, we're here. Oh gosh, it sounds a bit bizarre with... I don't know if I like that. Having one ear blocked by an earbud. Anyway, I figured I would do this, and we would stream it, simply because things are better with company. Now, let's get some music going. And let's just turn that all the way down, just so it's a bit of ambient. Is that noise okay for everybody? Not too loud, not too quiet, etc. 'Tis all good, I hope. It's 6:41 Eastern Standard Time in America? Like, in the morning? Goodness gracious, why are you up so early? I tried waking up early for the first time in like, what are we now, 2 years? And it's something you have to train your body to do. It's not something that you can just go, I'm gonna start waking up at 6 AM. No, don't do that, you're going to murder yourself. But to be fair, I was pretty sick when it happened. So maybe don't try to do it when you're sick, like how I was. That was not good. I was sick with some kind of like sinus infection. It was not great. Body decided to wake up. Oh, that's the worst. The amount of times that I have woken up at like 5:30, 6 AM just because my body's like, hey, it's morning. No, don't worry about it being dark. It's morning, trust me. And there have been times where I've thought, because of the darkness, oh yeah, alright, at 5:30, 6 AM, no worries, I can just get up, start my day early. And I go to grab some water from the fridge and I see the timer. Oh, there we go. I see the timer on... what is it? What's it called? The oven. That's what it's called. I see the timer on the oven, and it's displaying like 3 in the morning, and I'm just so betrayed. Also, if things are too distracting, like if the music is too distracting, I can just... Oh no, I can't really do that. That's a bit of a problem. I can't actually turn off my 3DS sound if it's gonna be... If it's gonna clash, let me know, and we can just sit here in silence and enjoy each other's company. You can listen to me breathing, how's that? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Hey, Sean Psycho, welcome on in. Are you still on holiday? Speaking of which, how was your holiday? Wait, did I just KO that one? I think I did. Okay, so that's 2. I'm really bad at multitasking if you can't tell. Oh no, my counter's not working. Counter! There we go, that's better. Sorry, if anything's gonna clash, if it's too much, if it's causing people issues, I can turn off the music. I don't know, I'm not... I don't know what I'm doing when I stream this. I just wanted some company, because this is... Trying to do anything by myself, aside from thumbnails, is, it wears away on my sanity. It really does. You got back on Wednesday, holiday was good, lots of beach and sun. Oh my gosh, it's been ridiculously cold here. We're supposed to be moving into spring. We're supposed to be getting nice, delightful, warm temperatures, you know, like 20 degrees or something. It would be 20 degrees and sunny for about 1, maybe 2 days, and then all of a sudden it's back to being frigid, cold, and raining. I got to spend some time outside today when it was delightful, just sitting there in the sun, toasting my legs. It's brilliant. Can't say I'm a huge fan of the beach though. The beach is too much sand. Way too much sand for my taste. Sand just gets absolutely everywhere and I hate it. You put out your beach towel, you sit on it, you have a great time, you make sure that you dust off and wash away any sand before you get back in the car, and then the next thing you know when you're driving home, there's suddenly sand in your shoes. Like, how'd that happen? Could have sworn that I dusted it all off. Where'd it come from? Speaking of sand, that reminds me of when I was doing athletics back in the day, before I became old and crippled and couldn't do anything. That's not what happened, I just lost the drive to compete and whatnot. And if you don't want to compete in athletics, no coach really wants to take you, which is a bit sad. But when doing long jump and triple jump, just even with practice, you would do a couple of runs, then you'd step to the side of the mat, you'd undo your shoelaces, take your shoe off, and all of a sudden you'd pour out this small pile of sand. Oh man, if I had a phone back then, I would have taken photos of it. Oh, same with pole vault. We would pole vault into the sand pits. Yes, more Keogu lore. I did pole vault. Did I enjoy it? No. I really didn't. It wasn't for me. It wasn't the height of the bar that was an issue. Like, I'm not scared of heights or anything. The problem that I hated the most with pole vault was the stupid bungee cord that they used in practice. I don't know if you've ever done high jump practice with those bungee cords. They slap real hard. So it was more of a case of I was afraid of getting massive welts and bruises on my legs from hitting the bungee bar. It wasn't fun. Pole vault itself was really fun, I liked that. But I also didn't have enough core strength to be able to lift my body up the way that I needed to. And on a bit of a sad note, my coach actually passed away about 18 months into my training, and I figured if he's not gonna train me, then I don't want to do it. Bless his soul. Apparently, this is gonna be a bit dark for a second, but I don't know how he passed away, actually. There's conflicting information. Some sources tell me that he passed away peacefully in his sleep, and another source keeps telling me, like, yeah, no, he passed away while he was driving his car, and I'm thinking, which is it? So I'm just gonna believe that he peacefully passed on in his sleep. Anyway, moving on from that. G'day, Brad, how you doing? Welcome on in. I'm so sorry for not streaming too much, guys. My internet has been absolute garbage, and on top of that, I have been... Okay, 3 major things have been happening. My internet has been garbage. I've only just recently managed to get it stabilized. Like, I haven't had it buffer my videos at all today, which has been so good. It's been a nice change of pace. Where is this Pokemon? Yikes. So my internet is semi-stable at the moment, subject to change, we'll see. Currently looking at my bitrate, it's really good, only dropped like 115 frames at the moment. The second thing that's happened, I've been sick. Not badly sick, but if you've ever had a sinus infection, it's the stuffy head and the headaches that come with it. It's just the pain from having your sinuses blocked. That was what took me out of action. And the third thing, here's a good story for you guys. I said it was about 3 weeks ago. I was going to be engaging in a challenge, an 8-week challenge at my gym. I decided to withdraw. There's one. I decided to withdraw from the challenge simply because I was sick and I wasn't going to potentially spread the sickness to other people at the gym, and I wasn't going to push myself while I was sick because that just leads to burnout and injury. I wasn't going to do that. So I said, hey, look, I want to withdraw. Can I please get my 250 Australian buckaroos back as a refund? And you know what they said? They said no. They said no, we're not going to give you a refund. And I was there thinking just like, what, huh? What do you mean no refund? Okay, I should probably give more of a backstory to this. I walked into the gym and I said, hey, look, I want to withdraw and get a refund because I am really sick right now. I don't want to make other people sick. can I please withdraw and get a refund? And the girl at the desk, she was the new manager. She's been the manager for like, oh, I want to say a month now. Maybe 6 weeks. And she said, oh yeah, no worries, I'll bring it to like someone who's higher than me and I'll discuss it with them. You'll get a phone call later today and we'll be able to discuss it over the phone. And I was like, great, fantastic, I'm looking forward to that phone call. The phone call never came. I got a text instead. And the text was incredibly unprofessional. Didn't have a name to it. Lots of unprofessional words were said. Nothing bad, it was just not something you would expect from a business person. And I didn't respond. Because in my experience, every time that I have responded to any kind of text when I'm asking for a refund or in regards to money, it's never gone well. So I just don't respond. Besides, I don't remember giving them permission to contact me via text. So I was like, that's not okay. So I ignored it. I went in the next day and I was like, look, I need to talk about withdrawing and getting a refund. I said that I was going to be getting a call yesterday, and she was like, oh yeah, we sent you a text as well. And I looked her dead in the eyes and I said, yeah, about that text. It was very unprofessional. I don't know who wrote it, and it was so funny. The look on her face suddenly changed from being happy to, oh, shit. Unprofessional? Really? And she said to me, I was the one who wrote that text. I called the manager unprofessional to her face because I didn't know any better. I didn't know who wrote the text. But then again, to be fair, I would have done it anyway. I'm not gonna read out the text because it's private. But you don't send a customer a text when it comes to finances. You don't do that. You either do it via email or phone call. So I called her unprofessional to her face and she said, oh yeah, we'll get on to doing that for you. No worries. We'll talk about it. No worries. I got it. I waited another day. Still nothing. So I went in again for a third day. Oh, is this gonna knock it out? I have been having issues with this mammoth swine and there we go. And knocking out this Entei. Sometimes it'll leave it on like 5 HP. But she was then like, okay, we'll just go home, you'll get a phone call later today, and we'll actually discuss it this time. And I was there thinking, okay, well, we frickin' better. I sent them an email as well. And the greatest thing about this email is that I had to remind them, as a business, that they had legal obligations to provide a refund to me. Because they were saying, we don't do refunds, you will not get your money back. Your money is ours, and, you know, you signed the contract and everything, we don't do refunds. And I said, well, here's a photograph of the terms and conditions that I signed. Doesn't say anything in regards to refunds. Here's a photograph of the pamphlet you guys gave me. Still doesn't say anything in regards to refunds. And because of that, did you know that you legally have to comply with the law and give me a refund? And suddenly, they agreed to give me a refund. It's so stupid. Like, I keep hearing the saying, and it's so true. Money flows easily one way, but not the other. So anyway, I found a new gym that I'm going to be going to. And turns out, by going to a new gym, which is 5 minutes away, I read Pokemon in... I read Pokemon in chat, and I said the Pokemon near me. No, the gym that's 5 minutes away from me offers a membership, and get this right, I would be saving 58% of my money by swapping gyms each month. That's absurd. And in total, over the next year of changing gyms and whatnot, I will be saving 696 Australian dollars annually just by changing gyms. And I'm thinking, that's stupid. Why am I paying so much for this gym? Anyway, that's enough of my penny pinching and financial stuff. You got everyone sick at work one time? How'd you do that? That sounds like a massive achievement. How'd you manage that? Time to change gym? Absolutely. This new one is 5 minutes away from me. They have so much more equipment. so much more to offer. It's 58% cheaper per month to just change. I don't have to sit in traffic. And I can, and okay, the truth be told, the real reason why I'm changing, aside from saving money, if it's closer to me, I'll be more likely to go more often. I've been very lazy recently because I don't want to deal with traffic on the way down to the gym. But hey, it's 5 minutes away from me. I can just jump in the car and go whenever I want. 3 a.m., having trouble to sleep? Yeah, 5 minutes away, just go and do a workout. No Pokemon with the move False Swipe, that's correct. This is a save file that's only got 3 gym badges. This is the only time that you can shiny hunt these two. Truth be told, between you and me, I'm hoping for Raikou. I really like shiny Raikou. So please give me shiny Raikou. I love the yellow. He's so pretty. I don't think I will be getting a Pokemon with False Swipe. Simply because that's just so much hassle at this point in the game. I spent 5 hours already setting up this Mamoswine today. Just for this particular hunt. It's stupid. Hey Pickers! Welcome on in. How has your day been? You feeling okay? You doing alright? I don't exactly know. Okay. No. Oh, music changed. Noise. Hey, speaking of music changing, right? I put together this playlist for whenever I'm streaming and doing stuff like this. I put together this playlist about, I don't know, like 4 months ago, I want to say. Wow, that was quick. I put together this playlist for, I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit more. I'll do it here. Oh no, that's too quiet. Yeah, there we go. I put together this playlist 4 months ago, and 3 of the videos have been taken down. What the hell? Why? It's good. There's no... Why? I don't understand. Oh, that's another one for the counter. Please increment. Thank you. So, it's frustrating, because I now have to find... Well, I have to remember what music I put in there, and then find an alternative video. So I go to boot it up for today. Nintendo. Yeah, that's so true, Nintendo. Nintendo's been shit lately. Nintendo has been absolute garbage. I have to go through and find other things. I started it up today, like just recently to start the stream, and I looked at it and I went, oh my god, 3 videos are unavailable. Oh shit, I gotta find something. Oh no. So I scrambled to put in at least just 1 more video. We love copyright. Oh my god, copyright is so much fun, yeah? Speaking of copyright, I've been copyright free for a very, very long time. Is the shiny chance 1 in 4,096? Unfortunately, no. From X and Y onwards, that is the shiny rate. Here we have 1 out of 8,192. But if we're gonna brag, I got this one last night. This one appeared last night for me. I was very... Caught off guard is an understatement. I wasn't expecting it. My reaction is literally, oh my. Oh. Okay. That was my reaction. It was so dull. So blasé. I think I'm either the calmest shiny hunter or the most apathetic shiny hunter. However, I am still yet to have a hunt that goes into, like, you know, the 10,000s. Is there a shiny charm in this game? No. The shiny charm didn't happen until Black and White 2. So, I'm stuck with these odds for good. But I'll be real with you, it's perfectly fine. After being spoon-fed shiny Pokemon in the modern games, actually working hard for what I want is a really nice change. Okay, except for that one shiny hunt where I spent 10 hours trying to get all 3 forms of Tatsugiri. We're not counting that one. That one was just bad luck. And my choice. That was my choice. But yeah, speaking of Nintendo, can I get like just a raise of hands in chat who has a Nintendo Switch 2? Or, okay, if you have a Nintendo Switch 2 or are planning to get a Nintendo Switch 2, can you please let me know? I would like to just get a rough overview of who's going for it. Good luck on my shiny adventures. Thank you very much. I don't know why I suddenly felt motivated to do this. Just... It appealed to me? I don't know, just... Apparently I'm insane because I feel like shiny hunting, which is not... maybe I should get therapy. I think I need help. I think I need help. No, I just really don't feel like doing Frontier at the moment. After the last hunt that I had, I just wanna take a break from Frontier. Not because I'm being, you know, ruffle stomped constantly or anything, but healthy breaks from that game are great. You're gonna get a Switch 2 eventually, Unusual? Oh goodness, that's slurring my words. So sorry. Yummy Gent, you're gonna get a Switch 2 eventually. Best of luck to you. I've seen the prices of them. They are... nothing to sneeze at, I can tell you that. Where is... Okay, it's on this route. Jeez. Unless I knocked them both out? Am I... Have I just been biking back and forth? Oh no. Have I... Wait. Have I just been so badly distracted? Hold on. Hold on. It should have appeared by now, right? Have I just been biking back and forth? Not realizing because I got distracted? Okay, hold on. There's no way, right? I have! Quick! Cover it up! Nothing happened. I totally didn't just waste some time. Excuse me. Don't get a Switch 2, just emulate the games. Honestly, I looked at the price of it. There is no way. There is no way that I could afford it. Even if I trade in my Nintendo Switch, there is still no way that I could afford that. Particularly because I'm trying to save up. I'm trying so very, very hard to save up for an analog pocket. I have wanted one for about a year now. I am so close to being able to get it. And they're not cheap. Particularly because I want the analog pocket and the dock, which is just yikes. It doesn't really matter if the Switch 2's emulator takes years to come out. By that time, your taste in games will probably change and you'll... Like, for me, these games will always hold a special place in my heart. However... Whoopsies, go up. Basically, what I'm saying is, don't worry too much about the Switch 2 emulator. It will happen eventually. Just enjoy the fact that you're not going to be supporting Nintendo. I've been trying to keep my head down in regards to everything, but Nintendo, from the couple of videos that have popped up in my feed, a couple of the videos that have popped up, oh my god, they are massively just shooting themselves in the foot. What are they doing? Something in regards to, like, locking the console if you've got a used game? What? Why would you do that? That just doesn't sound... that... what? I don't understand why anyone would do that. But then again, Nintendo have probably got their money by that point, so you buying another Switch 2 is... Why lock a console just because someone wants to buy a secondhand game? Like, that's called saving money. And I mean, like, have you seen the economy lately? It's not that good. People these days, look, I completed the shiny decks! Sarcastically, me. Woo, congrats. Now try it in the old generations. That's so true. Eventually, down the line, when I get onto it, I would love to have a complete living shiny dex. Would love to have that. My rules for completing it though, because, well, yes, the newer games just spoon feed you shiny Pokemon. Uh-oh. We've got an ad break. Uh-oh, I forgot to do the thing. I forgot to do the thing. Oh no, oh no. Quickly, I'm gonna run an ad. I'm gonna run an ad. Okay, go. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Okay. And now I'm basically going to shut up for about a minute. So that way... Oh yeah, Brett, you did subscribe. Of course. I just feel bad about telling people, hey, you should subscribe because ads, teehee. Okay, apparently ad break will be ending soon, TM. Soon, TM, the ad break will end. God, I hate ads. They do... Oh, Brett, you don't have to... Oh. What's the word that I'm looking at? What... I'm trying to look for a word here. What's it called? What's the word? Sellout. You don't have to do a sellout for me. It's fine. Look, people's... God, I feel... Is everyone okay? Back from the ad? Back from ads? Thank goodness. Ads are terrible. I feel terrible. When, look, I understand that streamers and people who make content, they do it for their jobs. So it's literally a case of, hey guys, if you've got Amazon Prime, you know you can subscribe for free, right? Hey guys, you know, there's currently a discount going on subs, yeah? And hey, if you want to donate, I feel bad. I know it's their job, but I feel bad. Because money is precious to me. So therefore, money must be precious to other people. I'm not gonna beg and plead and take other people's money, because it just feels bad. But, God, I wish there was a way that I could turn off ads completely on my channel, but there is not. There is not. I get, like... I could probably look at the analytics, truth be told. Let me get into the next video. Not the... I am doing such a good job. There we go. Right. Let's take a look. Analytics. Oh, that's a soft reset. Boop. Let's take a look. My revenue is... Where is it? Let's go back to somewhere here. Yeah, okay. I get 1 cent per ad view. That's... No. That's terrible. No. Oh, drink? Hydrating? Of course. I did, actually. I did have a big cup of tea before I started the stream. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna stream. So I may have to go for a bathroom break eventually, TM. Soon, TM. Like, I'm not monetized on YouTube simply because it doesn't really align with what I want anymore. What am I doing? I have an escape rope. I'm no longer monetized on YouTube because it doesn't align with what I want anymore. And on top of that, people are using ad blockers on YouTube anyway. So it's not benefiting me even if I was monetized. Oh man, and the amount of times that I have received notifications basically being like, hey, you got a sponsorship offer. And I'm like, really? It's probably nothing that I would support. And yeah, you're damn right. It's, what is it? Shadow Raid Legends and whatnot? Like, no. Stop. I'm not desperate for money. Enough. What am I doing? Going back to the Nintendo Switch 2 thing, I took a look at the prices. In Australian dollars, it's almost 800... It's almost 800 Australian dollars. That's not okay. You know what I could buy for 800 buckaroos? I could buy a console that's not gonna lock me out by using a used game with the analog pocket. I could pay for a year's worth of my car's That's so annoying. This is the problem I've been having with this Mamoswine. If the Entei that generates is particularly on the defensive side, it will live on a slither of health, and it's so aggravating. But it's fine. It does the job 90% of the time, so it's fine. Go up through the gate. I should probably pull up my capture card on my actual monitor. There we go. Now I can read it. Because I keep looking at my little... I keep looking at my overlay for my gaming, which is ever so slightly delayed because of input and whatnot, so I'm just gonna look at... That's better. Switch 2 is $4.49, or Switch 2 bundle with the game is $4.99 in USA. That's still... where is it? You guys call it GameStop, don't you? Yeah, our GameStop is called EB Games here in Australia. It's the exact same thing, just different branding. It's like Burger King is called Hungry Jack's over here, because back when Burger King came out to Australia, there was already a place called Burger King. So it's the exact same thing. But the GameStop out here for us, I took a look on their website, and it was ridiculous, the pricing for it. They were like, hey, you know, you could trade in your Switch 1, and you could get it for like, you know, 400 and... I don't know, 400 and something. And I was like, okay, sure, but I'm not going to, am I? And then they were like, or you could trade in 4 games. And I was thinking, 4 games? Crikey, that's... You want me to trade in 4 games that I paid full price for? That's 360 Australian dollars, and you want me to do... No. However, when I pre-ordered Legend ZA, which, by the way, I only paid about $24 for, which was fantastic. When I went and I did that, the guy was like, oh, hey, you know, did you want it for Switch 1 or Switch 2? And I said, Switch 1, the Switch 2 is unaffordable for me. And he went, okay, yeah. But if you ever do decide to trade in your Switch 1, bring all of your other games with you, and we can just trade over your Switch 1 games for the Switch 2 games free of charge. And I went, really? And he was like, yeah, I mean, that's what we do. And I was like, that's so good. It's unfortunate I'm not getting it. I don't know, maybe if they had like something more riveting about the console, I would be more inclined to potentially get it. Like, I've heard rumors that it reduces the time in between loading if you're soft resetting or whatnot, or just load times for games in general is a lot smoother, it's less time. But you know what's free? Just waiting a couple of extra seconds. Besides, if I'm gonna soft reset in any Pokemon game, it's definitely not gonna be Brilliant Shining Pearl. Yeah, it's not gonna be those games. It's not gonna be BDSP. There's only one Pokemon I'm gonna hunt in that, and that is Arceus. Eventually, when I get to the stage. I don't know, I'm just super against Nintendo stuff lately. Their business model has shifted, and they're just a money-grubbing company. Don't really want to support that. And what's different about the Switch 2? Okay, increased performance, what else? It's a bigger screen or something? Like, what is it, 1080p gaming on a small screen? That doesn't appeal to me since I play in docked anyway. Have you tried playing Scarlet and Violet or Legends Arceus in handheld? You can't see shit. I tried to when I was traveling last year on my Switch Lite. It was impossible. I gave up. Just wasn't... Nah. Not bothering with it. I always play in docked. It's just easier on my eyes. And the console never runs out of battery, which is also great. What else have they said in regards to the console? It looks different. I don't know, it just reminds me of something that they should have done for the OLED. The OLED should have been the Switch 2, but instead they're trying to get more money out of people. Look, if you want to get the Switch 2, go ahead. It's not for me. But they definitely don't make Pokemon games like they used to. The OLED is a scam. Oh, absolutely. I have an OLED. I wouldn't say I regret it, but it's borderline like, why did I get this? Switch 2 docked can play 4K. Ooh. Ooh. 4K. Ooh, that's That might work for some, but as somebody who makes their videos in 1080p regardless because processing power, look, I'm a lazy person. I want my videos to render as quickly as possible. If I increase the quality, it'll take longer to render, and I just want to get on with editing more videos. So if you ever wonder why Keogu records in 2K, but only ever uploads in 1080p, it's because of that. It's because of that. I just want to get on with editing more videos, so I just decrease the quality to increase the render time. That's the only reason why. However, I could imagine that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom would look absolutely stunning in 4K. They're already such breathtaking games. Having it in 4K, you would probably find me just wandering around admiring shit a lot more. You got it and it's the same as a normal Switch. The Switch OLED can play 60 FPS and never got to play at 60 FPS. I actually have an issue with Joy-Con drift on my OLED. It's not problematic with gameplay, but if I were to just hover over a menu, sometimes you can see it'll just slowly drift off to the side. And I'm thinking, didn't they fix that? Wasn't that supposed to be one of the features of the OLED? No Joy-Con drift? They fixed it? So why am I getting Joy-Con drift? As for the FPS, I've personally never noticed it. The only time that I've the only time that I've noticed issues with lag has been with Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet have been garbage on the Switch 1. Boop. Cool. Fun fact, I actually bought an OLED not alongside, goodness gracious, I'm not that rich. Imagine buying a Switch 1 and an OLED at the same time. Oof, you may as well just buy a Switch 2 at that point. But I ended up buying the OLED a few years after I got my Switch 1. Simply because at the time, when was that? 2022, I think it was? Yeah, I think it was 2022. I was very, very bad with my money back then. I'm a lot better. But I don't exactly regret any of my purchases. They weren't frivolous. But still, I could have been a lot smarter with what I spent my money on. But I originally bought the OLED so that way I could do jewel hunting when it comes to Pokemon. But that never happened because stuff with Monster Hunter really took off and I started to enjoy that a lot. Speaking of which, everything has been set up, it's ready to go, and when I feel up for going through the boring start of Monster Hunter again, I will be playing Rise. Because I've had it for ages. Should just rip the band-aid off, get it done. Why aren't you yellow? Be a pretty yellow. Excuse me. I'm gonna make an estimate. I want to say I'm gonna get one of these around 3,000 scene. Oh, I should probably explain. Every time that there we go. Every time that I see one, and I increment the timer, not the timer. Let me try that again. Every time that I see and knock one out, I increment the not the timer. Why? What is wrong with me today? I cannot speak. Every time I see one and I knock it out, or I soft reset because I've seen a second one, I increment the counter by 1 because I am going via how many I have seen instead of the soft reset number. Because let's say, for example, you know, I have seen this many, 57, and the Entei shows up as shiny. That wouldn't be an even amount of, what is it? You know what, I'm just gonna stop talking. It makes sense to me, don't worry. When I'm not so tired and I can actually formulate my words, it'll make sense. It's okay. Trust me, I explain everything pretty well in the video. It's okay. Shiny hunting in Pokemon Sword? Ooh, what are you hunting? Gee, speaking of Pokemon Sword, I have not done any shiny hunting in Pokemon Sword since ever. I did Masuda method for a shiny Honedge, but then I just lost motivation. Honestly, I would truly love... Hey, my alerts aren't working again. What do you mean they're not working again? That's so dumb. I fixed it and everything. Ah. Oh. Ella, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate it so much. Whoa, no. Oh, my... Ugh. Ooh, Gallade. Good choice. Actually, here's a bit of a story in regards to the Ralts line for me. Back in Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, I was really determined to get both a God of War and a Gallade shiny, because I had their Mega Stones and I was like, I just really want this. I spent so long Masuda methoding them to even get the right natures. I spent so long on that hunt to get both of them with correct natures that I actually dislike the shiny. Although I do personally think that they look better in the 2D games than they do the 3D. But then again, that's everything with Pokemon. Everything seems to look so much better with, like, okay, except for a few. 90% of Pokemon look significantly better in 2D than they do in 3D. The only thing I regret is not having kept up my sub over the years. Oh no, please don't. Please don't feel bad about that. I have been incredibly inconsistent with streaming. Please don't feel bad. I don't know how to say this without, like, dissing myself. I feel like I am not really a person that deserves people's subs because I am just incredibly inconsistent. So no, please don't feel bad about that. Please don't regret it. It's because I am inconsistent. There is no point in subbing to a person who isn't streaming, so it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Do what you can. You just showing up and keeping me company is more than enough. Seriously, you guys are fantastic. I love talking to you guys. The only thing you regret is not having money to sub. No, Brett, please. It's all good, don't worry about it. So good would have just been cool if my fancy founder's badge reflected how long it's actually been. Oh, like a Discord Nitro thing? You've been a Discord Nitro supporter for, I don't know, 12 years. Honestly, if you want to look at somebody's badge that's impressive, look at Emerald Pickles. Emerald Pickles? Okay, everything about Emerald Pickles, he loves green. Loves green. So far at the moment, his Nitro badge is green with the emerald. It's impressive, the coordination with that. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go when it goes over that and is no longer green. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But I saw that and I was like, wow, holy crap, that's some dedication. But just going back to Gallade and God of War, they're not actually bad shinies, it's just... I don't know, something happens that's really stupid, and then you just dislike it for the rest of eternity because of that one thing. Like, take for example, my least favorite Pokemon is Chatot. Not for any particular reason, but when I was a kid, it wiped my entire team with the move Chatter because I couldn't escape. It was just RNG stacked against me, and I do not like Chatot because of it. My dislike has faded over the years, but it's still my disliked Pokemon. I don't. It makes me unhappy. Isn't that interesting how psychology works like that? Even just a small thing happens. Yeah, and another thing with psychology, you could have a brilliant day. Let's just say you go out with your friends. You know, a group of you and your friends, you're like, hey, we're gonna catch a movie, we're then gonna go and do this, and then we're gonna go shopping afterwards, we're gonna get some stuff, and then we're gonna go home and we're gonna have a nice, you know, we're gonna make dinner together. Everything is great, but then let's say you're driving home after dinner, and I don't know, this is a really bad example. Basically, if something small and negative happens after that brilliant day, you will remember that one small negative thing over how the rest of the day made you feel. It's so dumb. Negativity bias. Stupid. What's my favorite Pokemon? That is a mighty good question. What is my favorite Pokemon? We've got over 1,000. It's difficult to pick. Ah, jeez. I haven't been asked this question in years. I don't know, like, something in my mind just says Volcarona. I've never actually used a Volcarona. I don't think I've ever had a Volcarona. Now that's really got me thinking, what would my favorite Pokemon be? I really don't know. The last time I was asked that question was 4 years ago. And at the time I said Garchomp. But now I'm not really so sure about that. Yeah, I don't know, Volcarona just keeps coming into my mind. It's a nice looking Pokemon. It's fire and bug type. And its shiny is incredibly beautiful. Now I'm gonna lock it in. I want to say at this current time, Volcarona is my favorite Pokemon. Can't really tell you why, it's just my brain's like, yeah, Volcarona. Yeah, that's my jam. That's the one. Now, the greatest thing about actually playing the game when you shiny hunt, there is no chance that I am going to get distracted and accidentally soft reset over it. I was worried about that with Sudowoodo last night, but when it showed up, it was so blatantly obvious that there was no way. There was no way that I could have ever done that. Except I have. I have killed a shiny once in my life, and it made me very upset. It actually put me into a bad depression when it happened. Back when X and Y first came out, you know, everything is like, hey, horde hunting, it's the best way to shiny hunt, you're seeing 5 at once, it's fantastic. I remember shiny hunting Trevenant, because I really liked how it looked. No other reason apart from that. A typical kid. Yeah, it's cool. No real reason. It's cool. I just like how it looks. I'm gonna shiny hunt it. So I get going, and I encounter it, but my dumbass didn't actually. You can pick 5 of the Pokemon. You can, you know, it goes along the screen. And for some reason, I couldn't differentiate between the far the far left-hand corner, and the one slightly in from the left. And the shiny was the one that was slightly in from the left. If we're going in reading direction from left to right, It was number 2. And I decided to KO number 2, KOing the shiny, and it put me into a very bad depression for a while, but I couldn't tell my parents about why my mood was so bad and why I was so fragile, because I wasn't supposed to have my 3DS at the time. So I had to hide the fact that I took my 3DS to play Pokemon X and Y, and I shiny hunted, I accidentally knocked it out, and that's why I was depressed. I couldn't say anything. So I kept it to myself. I remember being very upset. So much to the point where I lost faith in myself as a player. And I didn't get another shiny Pokemon until... yeah, Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby. I didn't get that. It was just a random Corphish, but it made me so happy in the moment that I cried. I was a stupid, emotionally unstable kid. Weedle is the best Pokemon? It's the ultimate Pokemon? I mean, if that's your jam, then go ahead. Weedle is pretty good with its poison point. Every single time that I have played through Fire Red, Leaf Green, every single time in that starting area, what is it, Viridian Forest or something? Guaranteed I'm gonna get poisoned because of Weasel's poison point. Guaranteed. Speaking of absolute bullshit, I had to speed run through on a spare copy of Soul Silver to be able to get this Swinub for this hunt right now. Morty's Gym. Oh my god, I have never been hit with hypnosis that many times successfully in my life. What I thought hypnosis was supposed to have an accuracy of 60. It was bullshit. Yeah, streaming this was a good idea. I am feeling significantly less insane. Excuse me, jeez. Yeah, I should probably bring up my spreadsheet. Because I love my spreadsheets, they tell me so much information. Okay, let's see, how many resets have I done? 64. And if I plug that number, reset count, number 64, enter. Okay, I have either spent 2 hours and 20 minutes on this, or 3 hours and 5 minutes on this. It's not a quick hunt. But then again, I could probably bloat out the times a bit because sometimes they don't show up. Sometimes I waste time because I don't realize I've knocked them both out. Whoop. Okay. So I'll probably adjust those times a bit later in the spreadsheet. Because there's one thing that kind of aggravates me personally about videos of people shiny hunting on YouTube. They just tell you how many encounters or soft resets they did, but they don't tell you the time it took to get it to that stage. Like, for example, I can tell you the Pseudo-Wudo soft reset hunt, anywhere between 32 and 34 seconds. For me, it took me about 27 to 29 hours to get to where I, yeah, it's, people are like, oh, you know, 3,000, 5,000, that, no big deal, it's just a number. You gotta put the time behind the number, that's the thing. That's where it gets you. And my time, it's increment, thank you. That being said, speaking of time, I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for tonight. Just kind of having a good time, just chilling. Just talking, relaxing. It was either I do this or I work on my next thumbnail for Monster Hunter, but I really don't want to do that. It's ready to go, I just need to color it, but I just really don't want to do that right now. I don't want to have to I don't want to bother with effects and color dodge at the moment. Oh my god, you got a shiny Keogu at a ripe 13,842 encounters. Oh my god. Oh, also there's an ad break incoming, guys. I've just been notified. There's an ad break incoming. I'm gonna run it now, so that way it's over and done with. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, we go. And it's going, it's going, it's going. Okay, there is an ad break. God, I hate ad breaks. God, just ad breaks suck. Ads are just... Nyah. Hate them. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom because that cup of tea... Excuse me for a second. I'll be really quick, I promise. Okay, I'm back. I had to run away from a kitten on the way back. God, she loves me for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, I'll be back. Are we back? Ad break over? Stupid, dumb ad break over? Good. Love your I love your ads with the side of Twitch. That's so accurate. Would you like some Twitch with your ads? No, seriously, Twitch is very good. Would you like some with your side of ads? Oh man, no, I hate ads so much. I wish I could turn them off. And I've got them on, where is it? It's dumb. Like, even now, it says, hey, we're preparing your 1 minute ad. You can come back in like 7 minutes. I don't want to run it in 7 minutes. I'm trying to figure out how to... Let me just turn them off. Please. I hate ads, therefore others must hate ads. I get upset when my ads are interrupted with these live streamers. It really gets under my skin. You said it. Honestly, like, how dare your ads be interrupted? Like, that's just so disrespectful to your time. How dare that happen? It's sadly accurate though. Oh god. The thing that gets me about ads is how hyper-personalized it is. Like, I don't want hyper-personalized stuff. Just leave me alone. Okay, yeah, I'm female within the age group of, you know, 20 to 35. Who cares? I don't want to see any of that stuff. Like, perfumes? No, I don't. I hate... Here's a fun fact about me. My sense of smell is stupid. I wish that I could just turn my sense of smell off sometimes. Perfumes, anything that is way too strong, like sickly sweet smells, perfumes, my cats when they take a shit. It hurts my nose. When I was overseas visiting my partner, I don't know how to say this nicely, his sister and her partner would just absolutely slather themselves in perfume and cologne to the point where you could legitimately tell where they walked because it lingered. Like, the amount of times that I walked out and I was like, okay, so they've just gone from her room. Alright, cool. Go downstairs. Yep, I can smell that they went to the kitchen. Okay, yeah, and they walked out this door. It was disgusting how bad it was. Let me guess, I just distracted myself again. You're 30 and I was getting life insurance ads. It made you feel super old. That's just disrespectful. That's really disrespectful. I'm so sorry about that. Yep, I did it again. I did it again. I got distracted. Goodness me. Like, you've barely hit 30. And to get life insurance, that's... come on. Although, to be fair, for those of you who are new here and don't know, I almost died back in March. I ended up with bilateral pneumothorax from medical negligence. If you don't know what those words mean, that's okay. I didn't either. I only learnt it because all the nurses and doctors in the hospital were like, you have this. You have this. Did you know you have this? And I was like, thank you. I do now. But basically, I went in for some dry needling because my back was really, really tender. It was tight. I was in a lot of pain because of it. Because Teehee, excuse me. Yeah, just let me get comfortable in my chair. My highly squeaky chair. You know, leaning over a desk all day, particularly when oh god, I've got a drawing tablet. And ever since I upgraded to a drawing tablet that lets me see on the tablet, my posture when I've been drawing thumbnails has just been horrendous. I try to fix it as best I can. I would cover it if I could, but the pen would suffer. On one hand, getting life insurance ads at 30 is really disrespectful because you've still got ages to go with your life. Like, oh, why is it 1 HP? I'll just do that. You've easily got another 60, 70 years in you if you take care of yourself, like, easily. But on the other hand, as somebody who is quote-unquote incredibly young, go away, Entei. Go away, Entei. I'm busy telling a story. Bugger off. But yeah, as somebody who is quote-unquote fairly young, almost dying, yeah, it made me really want to put a will in place. You know, just my stuff. What do I want done with my stuff? You know, I mean, like, if I suddenly passed on because of that, what are people going to do with my stuff? My PC? I don't know. Like, if I died, I would probably just put it in my will to say, you know what? Do a giveaway. Give it away to somebody in my community. Like, seriously, just find somebody, give it away to them. You know, bells and whistles, everything. Monitors, keyboard, just do it. Yes, my PC's probably out of date, but just do it. All of my Pokemon gear? I don't know about that. That's a tough one. All of my other gaming stuff? That's also a tough one. All of my art supplies, they could probably be donated to, like, a primary school. Kids would love that. My embroidery stuff, probably donate it to somebody in a nursing home who does embroidery. You know, stuff like that. It's all good until they start recommending luxury coffins. Oh god. You know, my father and I, we were just joking. My father was like, oh, you know, I'm not leaving this house unless it's in a pine box, that sort of stuff. And I turned to him and I was very seriously like, nah, mine's gotta be oak. But what exactly happened? So, for those of you who do not know, here is the story of how I almost died because of rapid decline. I went to a chiropractor because I was having back pain. I was having back pain for about a year at that point. And is there this Pokemon still here, or am I just... Okay, yep, Raikou is still around. And I had recently just changed chiropractors because, well, availability. And the reason why I went to a chiropractor first is because I was sick with a really bad cold in 2023. It actually pushed my rib cage back, and it put my spine out, which then put my muscles out, which was causing me pain. Anyway, blah blah blah. Went and I had that fixed, but I was still having some discomfort. One particular muscle along my back was being very problematic. And I was speaking to the clerk when I went to have my appointment, and I said, look, if you guys have dry needling, that's great. I wouldn't mind having dry needling. No big deal. And she was like, oh yeah, no, we offer dry needling. And I went, great, cool. I might, you know, get some of that, just see what the price is. I go into the chiropractor's little office there, and he's like, oh, I heard you were talking about dry needling with our clerk there. And I was like, yeah, I was. And he went, oh, cool. Would you like to do some today? And I was like, if you offer it, sure, I would love it. By the way, the difference between acupuncture and dry needling is acupuncture actually can help with internal stuff over a longer period of time, whereas dry needling is more of like a band-aid approach. It only deals with the muscles. Anyway, that little thing aside, I walk in, we get the dry needling done, and I was like, great, brilliant, that feels so much better. This muscle is no longer a problem. So I go back 2 weeks later, and I say, hey, look, can I get, you know, some needles on... Oh, sorry, we're talking about needles. I know some people aren't really great with that. I'm so sorry. I probably should have put a little disclaimer. I'm so sorry. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. But basically, I asked for some on my left side as well as my right. And he puts them in, and I'm immediately like, oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Breathing is uncomfortable. Why is that so uncomfortable? Ah, you know what it is? It's probably because my muscle is really tight. Probably having some issues because it's throwing a tantrum. No big deal. I'll just breathe shallowly. It's no worries. So I get home. I try to have a bath to ease the muscles, and I had to get out of the bath after about 15 minutes because I was dizzy and lightheaded. And I then go and see a doctor about it the next day, and I was like, hey, doc, everything hurts. Like, if I bend over to grab ice cream out of the freezer, it hurts. You know, go to bend over to touch the cat, it hurts. Breathing in too much, it hurts. Lying on my back, breathing in, it hurts. And he was like, it could be this thing, or it could be this very dangerous thing. Let's get you an x-ray. And I was like, okay, fine. Now, I should have gone that day for the x-ray, but I wanted to give the benefit of the doubt because he was like, let's just believe it's this, okay? But here's a slip to go and get an x-ray anyway. The next day, I had an oral presentation. I did my oral presentation, but I woke up in significant pain. So while I was doing my oral presentation, my mother very kindly booked the x-ray for me. We go down, we get the x-ray, and I remember this specifically. I think the guy who was doing my x-rays wasn't really... He was like a trainee. He did my first x-ray. He was like, all right, yeah, no big deal. Can you please, like, turn this way and, you know, do this? And I was like, okay, yeah, no worries. And a lady comes in, and she looks at the screen for a second. She looks dead in the eyes, and she said, you can put your shirt back on. When are you seeing your doctor next? And I was like, next week. Why? Is it bad? And she was like, you need to see someone now. And I was like, oh. How bad is it? Like, scale of 1 to 10. And she was like, okay, we're gonna talk to another doctor that's here on site right now. Please just go and wait. So I went and I waited. She came up with the doctor afterwards and she said, okay, we've just discussed it with our doctor here. You could either go back to your doctor, you can take yourself to the emergency room, or we can call an ambulance to take you to the emergency room. And I was like, what? But anyway, long story short, I basically went in to try and fix my overly tight muscles, and I walked out with 2 deflated lungs. My right lung was 90% gone, so they had to stick a tube into my chest to fix that, and my left lung was 45% deflated. So on one hand, I understand that getting life insurance ads is very not good, and it is very offensive. But on the other side of it, I also understand that, you know, death can happen at any time. Yes, they did indeed puncture my lungs. Both of them? Yes. Punctured both of my lungs. My main GP, I didn't know this until everything happened with the hospital, but he is actually the acupuncture secretary of Australia. And I heard that and I was like, oh my god, dude, I had no idea. I knew you did acupuncture and you were like really good at it, but oh my god, you are the acupuncture secretary of Australia? What? So guy knows what he's talking about. I remember going in. excuse me, I remember going in after I got out of the hospital. I waited a few days before I went in because, you know, fatigue from hospital. But I went to him and I said, so I went to hospital, and he looked at me and he went, I saw. And I'm like, oh, they transferred my medical records that quickly, huh? You saw. And I said, so apparently I had pneumothorax, and he went, you had bilateral pneumothorax. It wasn't just one, it was two. And I said, how does that happen? And he said, look, it can happen through, you know, like an impact to the lungs, like chest injuries can make it happen. Some young people have spontaneous pneumothorax, which means that their lungs just give up sometimes. He said it wouldn't be that in my case, because otherwise I would have had it since a young age. It could have happened from, you know, acupuncture or dry needling accidents. And he looked at the x-rays again and he said, the thing that I don't understand is how it was both of them at the same time. One you can understand, but both went. And he was there trying to be like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe the air from the right side went over to the left, but that doesn't really make any sense. So he didn't know how both of them were punctured. All we know is that it happened and it was bad. So yes, I had both of my lungs punctured back in March. I nearly died. It was great. If I had waited another day, this is gonna be really depressing and I'm really sorry about this, but if I had waited another day to go into the— why are you on 1 HP? If I had waited another day to go and get an x-ray, I probably wouldn't have made it through the night. It was not good. It's a crazy story, glad you're okay. Thank you, I'm glad that I'm okay as well. It was a shock to everybody when it happened. My mother, she stayed with me for the entire waiting time through, you know, we went from one emergency hospital waiting room to, okay, we went from the closest hospital emergency room, and I was transferred via ambulance to the hospital that actually specializes in respiratory stuff. So I was transferred. And she waited with me for the entire time that I was there. And this is the really scary part about this story. They were supposed to put me in for— Entei, bugger off, you're on 1 HP. Just take a hike. Jeez. Ugh. Basically, when I was transferred via ambulance, they put me into the emergency room, yada yada, please get changed into this gown, and I was like, great, it's one of these uncomfortable gowns. Ugh, fine, whatever. So I did that, and they were supposed to actually put me in for surgery. Like, I was supposed to go into waiting for surgery. Oh, that's not a shiny. But because my lungs were so badly gone, I did not have time to wait for surgery, so they had to do local anesthetic. And I put in, like, air quotations over anesthetic. I couldn't feel the first incision. Everything else after that, I felt. It was horrible. I have an extremely good pain tolerance, but that kind of pain made me cry out. It was not good. Anyway, moving on from that. So, Nintendo sucks, am I right? No, I'm doing okay. It's taken a few months to mentally calm down from that, but I'm doing alright. Actually, the thing that really pissed me off the most in regards to that is that I was planning to stream. I was planning to stream that weekend, and then it was a case of like, oh, no, almost died. Gotta go to hospital. Damn, that's a shame. Would have loved to have streamed today. Ah, that's a shame. Ah, man, that sucks. Man, I'm really put off right now. Although everyone in the hospital was really nice. The experience I had in the hospital from when I was a kid compared to earlier this year, just stark difference. I was treated like shit. I was treated like shit as a kid when I was in that hospital. Because I think most people are like, oh, they're kids, they won't remember this happening. We do. Kids remember a lot, you'll be surprised. Treat everyone with kindness, please. But going into the hospital earlier this year, it was like, wow, everyone is actually really nice. The hospital is not a big, bad, scary place. Huh. So my view on the hospital literally went from, I would never go there even if I am dying, to, yeah, if something's wrong, I'll go there. It's radical. The amount of times that I was like, hey, can I get a cup of comfort? Can I have some tea, please? They were like, of course. We understand that you don't want to be here. You're probably in pain. Here, have a cup of tea. And I was like, thank you so much for fueling my tea addiction. I appreciate it. I almost died. Anyway, yeah, literally that. It's, yeah, hard to believe that happened 4 months ago. It feels like so much more has happened. I had to put my studies on hold, which was the most annoying part. I was doing so well with my studies until that happened. Ugh. Oh yeah, by the way, since we're talking about me losing my ability to breathe a bit, you know how you can breathe through your diaphragm to breathe in deeper? I've lost that ability. I cannot do it. I mean, I can do it. I can breathe through my diaphragm, but it is so hard. It's not really uncomfortable, it doesn't want to. Like how when you go to stretch your leg or something, and you're like, no, I want a deeper stretch, but your leg's like, nah, chief. We're too tight for that. That's what my diaphragm is doing. Oh, you want to breathe in really deeply? Nope. No, chief. Not happening. I figured that out last week, so I am very slowly trying to retrain my diaphragm so I can breathe deeply again. It's not something that I ever thought that I would have to train my body to do. But then again, all kinds of random shit happen. Well, I'm so sorry. I just derailed this entire stream. We were joking about how shit ads are, and then we went into this. I'm so sorry. It's probably not what people want to listen to. Yeah, this is so much better streaming it. I'm still going insane, don't get me wrong, but this is... My sanity drain it's decreased a lot. It's great. That's the best part of the stream? Me talking about how I almost died? Okay. Questionable, but sure. If that's what butters your bread, then go ahead. Excuse me. Oh no, my music is... There we go, that's better. Still flabbergasted at how crazy it all is. It's not really something that... Oh man, like... Now I'm curious about the statistics of it all. Like, how many people per year suffer from pneumothorax? I'm really curious. No, I don't want the miracle seed. Because I don't actually know that statistic. Like, how unusual is it? I don't know. But I do remember the head doctor for the respiratory ward, she came in and she said, okay, here is your x-ray. Here is your shoulder where it is here, and here is your lung. And I was like, wow, that's really curious. For those of you who don't know, you really don't have a lot of space between your shoulder and where your lung starts. You really don't. Hold on, have I done it again? I think I've done it again. I think I've accidentally just wasted some time looking for the second one. I've done it again, haven't I? I have indeed. Oh, crikey. I'm really bad at paying attention. But she ended up showing me my x-ray, and I asked her a couple of questions. And then she turned to me and she said, you know, it's really unusual to get someone as young as you in for pneumothorax. And I was like, oh, really? Haha, crazy, am I right? I tried to take it as well as I could. They did a really good job at taking care of me. Oh my god, except for the worst part. the worst part, the second day, they asked me to do like a couple of exercises, mostly just, hey, can you cough? We need to see if there's any air still in your lungs. And the answer was yes. So they hooked me up to suction on the wall to help suck the air out of my lungs to help it recover faster. That was the worst part. Not because it was painful, not because it was uncomfortable, but simply because I had to call staff over every single time that I wanted to get up to go pee. And I know that they're there, you know, to be called, but God almighty, I just want to go to the bathroom by myself. I don't want to have to ask somebody, hey, you know, can I be unhooked? I would like to go pee, please. I hated that. I hated that so much. That was the worst. Especially at like, I think it was like 2 or 3 a.m. one time. I was like, wow, I really, really gotta go. And so I called. And then I had to wait 30 minutes while already busting for them to come over. And I was like, please, please unhook me. I need to pee really badly. And she came over. And she was like, I don't actually know how to unhook this. Let me go and get my supervisor. And I was like, please, I'm gonna pee myself. Thankfully I didn't, but it was a pretty close call. Please knock it out, please knock it out. Thank you. Not sure about statistics on pneumothorax itself, but just learned that bilateral pneumothorax only occurs in 1.3% of cases. Haha, I'm special. Wow. That was really fast, wow. It's like another thing. I am that 0.1% of cases where you have an adverse effect to a medication. Back in 2023, I ended up taking Roaccutane because I had really bad cystic acne for like 10 years of my life. That was great. Just genetics and stress. Good stuff. Fun combination. But I took Roaccutane for about 2 weeks. I was supposed to be on it for 8 weeks. I took it for 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, I think it was. And, you know, I was like, hey, so what are the side effects of this medication? The doctor was like, this is blah, blah, blah. Here it is. And I was like, okay, great. I was the 0.1% of people with severe adverse reaction to the medication. I ended up suffering from toxic shock syndrome from taking it. So that was fun. That was great. 2023 was just a really bad time for me trying to get a job. Because I had a job, but then, you know, I got... You're an anomaly? Thank you, I take pride in that. I'm special. But I had a job in 2023. It was a job that I enjoyed. Which I just recently found out that they are closing up because some stuff. I don't know the details. Oh, my stylus! Saved it. But, I had to take time off work because I was sick from the medication giving me toxic shock syndrome. And I gave them a medical certificate saying, hey, look, I suffered from this really badly. But my boss at the time was like, I don't care, just get back to work. Just get, you taking time off work, how dare you? And then my coworker was being a real shithead about things. All of them were being shitheads about things. They weren't doing their job, so I then had to do it for them. And because I was a goody two-shoes who really just wanted to do the right thing, I ended up doing their workload when I really shouldn't have. So I then ended up busting my leg up. Just a little backstory of that. I have a leg injury, a permanent leg injury. And, yeah, I cannot stand for 8 hours a day, but when you were standing for 8 hours a day and then forced to do the jobs that your coworkers won't do, forced to do overtime, you can understand how shit didn't really go well for me. So I had to take time off because I was sick, and then I had to take time off because of my leg, and then I just ended up, you know, going like, oh, fuck this, I'm just gonna... Well, I didn't really want to quit because it was a good job and I liked it, but how it was phrased when I had that conversation with my boss at the time, it was a case of, you can quit or you can quit. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll quit. You know what? Call Me Sean Cycle was right. I have a lot of lore. I have a lot of lore to me. Jeez. I should stop gathering lore and just... I'm just hoarding everybody's lore. If you want some lore, no, it's mine. That thing that was gonna give you a funny story, it's mine now. Uh-oh, incoming ad break. Oh no. God, I hate ads. We're doing this again. You know what? You know what? I'm running it. Running this stupid ad. Dumb... Stupid... Pissing... Hate it... Garbage thing. Ugh. Ads. Frustrating. Just a heads up for you guys who are free from ads. I just have to say, wait, why did you start? I'm so confused about ads happening or ads not happening. It's a bit frustrating. Because it says here that there is an ad break in progress and there are 10 seconds remaining. But then if I look up in the chat, it said that there's an ad break occurring and it will end in 34 seconds. So I'm really, really confused. I'm just not gonna question it. Twitch is busted. And not in the good way. I'm losing my mind. But that's half the fun of this. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to do that. There we go, there's one. Okay, hello, is everybody back? You just in time to see the shiny, there it is! No, I wish. I so wish. Ah, there was something I was gonna ask and now I can't remember. Oh, there was something I wanted to ask. What was it? There was a question. Yeah, and now it says that there's another ad break occurring, so which is it? So confused. I am wildly confused. You know what, I'm just gonna wait for this little pop-up to go away. I'm gonna just add up just from... There we go. Put on some chapstick. Okay. Is it chapstick or, what is it? Lip balm. Chapstick or lip balm? Which do you guys say? Because I say both. Well, actually, I say lip balm more often than I do chapstick. Is this another, like, British versus American thing? If so, why can't we just all say the same thing? Like, why are we gonna confuse people who are trying to learn English? You say chapstick? Yeah, I say lip balm, mostly, but I also understand that it's not. Oh. Is this a thing where I'm gonna learn something today? Because I've learned a lot. I don't actually have a lurk function, but I appreciate you trying. Have fun with lurking, Pickles. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, lip balm is more like flavored and possibly glittery. Oh. Well, yeah, I've always had lip balm then, because it's always been flavored with stuff. This one here is, oh, it's apparently 15 SPF. That's nice. It's Palmer's cocoa butter. And it tastes okay. I mean, I wouldn't lick it off my lips or anything. Okay, I truthfully mostly just use Vaseline because it tastes like garbage and it stops me from actually licking my lips. In America they do both the same thing. Okay, okay, so chapstick is literally just a case of, here, we are here to soothe your lips. Your poor chapped lips, here. Let me save you. Whereas, what is it? Lip balm is flavored and for, like, preteens, right? Ah, chapstick is a brand. It's like saying tempo to tissues. Right, okay. Got it. Now, is this the first one that I've seen in this reset, or am I just losing my mind again? I'm doing a really bad job at paying attention. Oh, I've done it. Okay, right. Yep. I can just look at the PP of my Mamoswine. Cool. I mean, like, it's all good if we're right or wrong. It's just learning. As far as I'm concerned, they're just gonna... I don't know, I'm always gonna say lip balm. It's just what I've been brought up with. However, since streaming, I have been doing my best to try and incorporate mostly American words, because majority of my audience is American. So things like, instead of saying coriander, I'd say cilantro. Yeah, capsicum would be bell pepper. Still the exact same thing, it's just different words. I was about to say, wow, I hope the shiny appears soon, but that'd be pretty boring. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have worked for it. Which, speaking of which, this one right here, this was my starter. I did nothing to earn this. I did jack diddly squat for this. I booted up the game, I started a recording, and I was like, okay guys, I'm really depressed because my shiny Piplup still hasn't appeared. So I'm just gonna try a different hunt to try and refresh things. Okay, none of these are gonna be shiny, so we're just gonna get ready for the reset, but we'll check them anyway. What the hell? Why do you mean there's a shiny Cyndaquil? Yeah, I didn't earn any of that. It was just there, I took it, didn't earn it. Was totally unearned. Yes, it was great in the moment, like, holy shit, I can immediately start playing the game. But looking back, it wasn't earned. It was just kinda there. We take those though? Absolutely. I will happily take an easy shiny. Although I'm just a little bit, just a smidge upset because I was hoping for Totodile. Because I've already got a shiny Typhlosion on my Japanese save file. I mean, it's no big deal, but it just, oh, I wanted the blue Totodile. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Shiny's a shiny. Speaking of, what game did you shiny hunt your Keogu in? Because that's the thing that I'm most curious about. Was it in Sapphire? If so, you absolute madman. Oh my god, it was in Sapphire, you absolute madman. Holy crap. Massive props to you. Wow. Respect. Oh, wow. Although that's such a good shiny to just brag about. Holy crap. GG for getting it done. Wow. What actually... You had... Oh, you had 6 screens? No, still, like, that's a lot. Okay, you had 6 resets at a time. So how many was it? It was 13,800 and... Let me just scroll up. Ah, 13,842 divided by 6. Still, that's a lot of resets for Generation 3. 2,307. That's a lot. That's a lot for Generation 3. I think it was back in 2020 or 2021, I tried to soft reset for a shiny Mudkip. Didn't happen. As you can see, there is no shiny Mudkip or Swampert anywhere to be found in my possession. I gave up very quickly. You want to do Mewtwo in Fire Red? Oh god, shiny Mewtwo in Fire Red Leaf Green looks so good. I really want to do Lugia. That bright pink is just, it's really appealing to me for some reason. I have to ask, what kept you going through those resets? What kept you going? Because I am at... How many am I at? 5,120 resets for my shiny Piplup and Platinum. And I am so demotivated. I know that sometimes shiny hunting takes a while, but holy crap. Mashing A is the most dull thing in the world. It's why I don't mind doing this right now. Because after shiny hunting and soft resetting for Piplup, and then for Sudowoodo, this is a nice change of pace. I like this. I'm actually playing the game. I am somewhat playing the game, and it is nice. I'm not just watching the title screen for 80% of my time. It's brilliant. So I definitely want to do Lugia and Ho-Oh because I think they look absolutely stunning. What's another Pokemon that I want? Giratina. That shiny in the Distortion world is beautiful. Just knowing that you were close to double odds kept you going. It was pretty whoa, my English speaking capability just died. Okay. You got it in like 15 minutes of hunting that day. That's the best feeling. When you just start up for the day and you get it really quickly. That's what it was like for me last night with Sudowoodo. I spent an hour shiny hunting, so I think I did like, what was it, 100 and something resets? And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll go to 3,100. And then, oh, you know what? I may as well go to, 3,200. Why not? And then all of a sudden, 3,108, the boy appeared. And I was just watching videos on YouTube. My mind was not really present, so my reaction is very, very dull. My reaction was more of a case of like, oh crap, let me stop what I'm doing. There's the boy. Jeez, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cough, but it's a bit difficult. There's something for me about shiny hunting at night, or like evening I should say. It's just better. Maybe it's because I prefer the night backdrop, I'm not sure. Tis pleasant. Also, I may or may not prefer how the shiny Pokemon looks against the night backdrop. Just really pops and stands out a lot more, but that's just my take. To think that I have nearly been streaming for about 2 hours now. I should be in bed by this time. Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take a drink of water. You joked with your friends and said that if the shiny appeared in the bottom right screen, you had to release it. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you did not release it. No. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I'm coughing so much. I would not release any shiny. No way. Nuh-uh. Especially after you've worked so hard to get it. Okay, well, unless you saved, then released it and reset the game so you still had it. But nah, that's just... ugh. I don't know which is worse, accidentally KOing your target or deliberately releasing them afterwards. I'm not sure. I want to say accidentally KOing your target because you've worked so hard to get it only just to fail it. I have failed one shiny Pokemon in my life and I never want to experience that again. Even that would feel wrong. It's just... it's not good. Have I encountered any of them or am I just unlucky? Is there an Entei on this route with me? Okay, wait. Have I done the bad again? Have I gotten distracted? No. Okay. Entei is on this route with me. Entei. Entei. Or have I KO'd it? Oh my. No, it was on the route with me. Yeah. That's fine. Just do it again. It'll show up eventually. Accidentally KOing it would be the worst. Oh god, I've seen so many people on YouTube where they've worked really hard to get it, and then they've either accidentally soft reset over it, or they've KO'd it. It's just heartbreaking. Oh man, and people who do Safari Zone hunting? Oh geez, that's a whole nother level of just masochistic. I cannot speak. Like, geez, like... Okay, I am aware of, what is it? Safari Month? No, Safari Week. Yeah, it's Safari Week. I'm aware of that as an annual event that occurs. I don't know if I'm strong enough to do that. It's hard enough to get the shiny, and then to know that it's potentially gonna run away from you, that is harsh as. Safari Zone is no bueno. Cannot have a shiny run from me. Maybe one day I'll try it. If I am feeling particularly brave. I've been wanting to do this particular hunt right here for the past 3 years now. But I have only now just plucked up the courage to actually attempt it myself. And good god, the setup for this is hell. It's not something that I would actively recommend, but hey, if you're determined, do it. Hell yeah, just do it. Boop. You'll try for something like Safari Week with no expectations, but outside of that, just no. Yeah, absolutely just no. Although... Safari Zone Chansey is like the pinnacle of trophy Pokemon to have. I think I'm only aware of like 2 people in the shiny hunting community that have it. But that would just be... That's such a flex. Hey, I shiny hunted in the Safari Zone and I caught it. Actually, I think catching Chansey in the Safari Zone is more impressive than finding it shiny, I'll be honest. I really would... Well... Oh. No, I want to say one day I really would like to try it. Shiny hunt Chansey in the Safari Zone in Fire Red Leaf Green. And I do really want to get my analog pocket just so I can record it, but at the same time, I am so scared it's gonna run from me. I would probably be depressed for weeks. Oh yeah, speaking of depressed, I've been forgetting to take my antidepressants. Not that it's a bad thing. I feel like I don't really need them anymore, but... Man, the side effects from being... Like, the withdrawal symptoms suck. For me, it's extreme dizziness, and it's... I want to function. Have I done it again? Or is this the first one? I feel like I've done it again. Pay attention, Keogu. Nope, this is the first one. Alright, awesome. We watched a video of a guy trying to catch a Dragonair with a Dragon Fang in the Safari Zone. He saw 3 shiny Dratinis, and they all ran before he got the Dragonair with the Dragon Fang. Oh my god. I want to function. Ew, what? You want to work, pay taxes, and socialize? Horrible. Ew, gross. I know. Blasphemy. Fires of hell. Terrible. How could I say such a thing? Well, I mean, when I say I want to function, I mean like I want to not really work, pay taxes, and socialize. That sucks, but... Oh no, my counter's not working. It's because I pressed off of it. There we go. Not be bedridden. Well, there's that. Well... I am a person who gets out of bed at my alarm. Whether or not I go back to bed after that is a different story, but I do get up at my alarm. Lately, well, the past 2 days I've had massive difficulties getting up. Like, it's just... I'm so tired for no real reason. But I do get up. I do make my bed. I make myself breakfast like a good girl. I shower once a day because hygiene is important for making me feel good. And I just want to check chat real quick. Yep, okay, great. Said person is not here. And I feel like I have mentally recovered enough from the shenanigans and shit that went down last year. So I feel like I just don't really need it. But when I say I want to function, I mean like, it's the same when I take my nerve medication. I want to drive a car. I want to do human stuff. Like exercise and drive my car and not be dizzy. He accidentally ran away from one? Oh god. Why do you live on 1 HP, you particularly bulky individual? It's really frustrating that it lives on 1 HP. Well, I can increase the counter because I know it's not shiny. Let me guess, it's Entei again. Oh no, it's Raikou. Great. Reset. But yeah, I'm mentally feeling better. I'm so sorry for the amount of times that I'm coughing. I really don't mean to. But I feel better enough to actually come off of antidepressants. So I want to say 12 months on them, I'm doing okay. I'll be real with you though, even though I have a notification on my phone that's like, hey, you gotta take it, I still forget. Because I just ignore it. So, I can go 3 days without taking it before I then have to take it and my brain calms down. It's great. Slowly getting off it. Okay, out of those 3 things, working, paying taxes, and socialize, I wouldn't mind working. Actually, no, I do want to work. That's why I'm studying to get a good job. Because current field that I'm qualified in ain't working for me. So, restudying to get into a better, more suitable job. Hopefully, it's more suitable for me. What's the bet that I get qualified, get into the field, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. Can I go back? But no, I would really like to work. Because with working comes money to be able to pay for all of my lovely hobbies. And unfortunately, paying taxes is just a thing that happens when you work. Unfortunately, you can't avoid that. Excuse me, jeez. But socializing? Ew, yuck, who would want to do that? And I don't mean to be snarky or anything, but goddamn people, it's so hard to socialize with. I have been trying for like, I want to say 3 to 6 months now. I have been trying my best to socialize with people with similar interests, and I'm like, hey, we should be friends. And then we have a conversation for a little while, you know, a couple of days on off, like a few weeks maybe. Like, hey, yeah, you know, I did this today. Oh, great, really? I did this today. Oh, that's awesome. And then they just stop talking to me. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? Like, making friends when you're a kid is so easy because you're around those people every day when you go to school. But when you become an adult, having friends is... that's rare. And that's an achievement. Like, I have friends online, and that's simply because, you know, we share similar interests. Wow. But having friends IRL that I can actually go, like, have a coffee with? Why is that so hard? I don't understand. Please, if anybody has words of wisdom for what I'm doing wrong, please tell me. Not that I really care, honestly. not even making friends, just meeting people in general is so hard. That is unfortunately true. I am the kind of person who will walk up to somebody and be like, hey, didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I heard this conversation. I like this thing too. Okay, to be fair, I did this to a person at a bookstore, and I mean, most people who go to bookstores are introverts. But I thought it was going really well. I walked up to this girl and I was like, hey, you know, heard that you were looking for a good romance novel. I'm also looking for a romance novel. Spoilers, I really wasn't. I was just trying to open conversation. Do you have any suggestions? And she was like, oh yeah, there's this one. Or there's this one. And I went, oh, you know, I've read this series. It's pretty good. And we had a conversation about books. And I was like, haha, you're a pretty cool friend. Here, can I get your number? We could totally, like, hang out and talk about books. And she was all for it. And she was like, yeah, that sounds great. I would love more book suggestions and, like, to have a friend who talks about books. And she never texted me back. Ever. I even offered to drop, like, I had made a fresh batch of croissants that day. And I was like, hey, I just made some croissants. Would you like some? I can drop them off to you. And I never got a reply back. Did I come on too much? I don't understand. Also, screw you, Entei, you particularly bulky Pokemon. Like, I don't want it. Like, is that not how you make friends? Walking up to people with similar interests? What am I doing wrong? Oh. I love when people approach me like that, because I sure as hell ain't doing it myself. And I'm very good at keeping contact, not just initiating it. I wish that people would actually talk to me back. Like, all the people that I'm friends with online, they do a brilliant job of this. They do a fantastic job of this. Like, okay, yeah, sometimes people are busy with life, so I just leave them be. But every so often I'm like, hey man, how you doing? And then I'll get a response back. It's fantastic. But when it comes to people in real life, like, what? Huh? What, just because I might see you out and about, you're scared of me? Rawr, I'm not gonna bite. I don't know. Maybe people just aren't used to the old-fashioned method of approaching people, so they get terrified by it, and they're like, oh no, social contact, no, if it's not over the phone, I don't want it. Okay, what happens if phones stop working one day? Like, for good, what are you gonna do? Cry in a corner? Probably. That's probably what a lot of people would do. Just cry in a corner. That's sad to think about. How... When you really think about it, it's really depressing to know that we as, like, a society, humanity is so connected through the internet, through social media. We can contact each other through emails, etc. It's just, we are so connected, but at the same time, so disconnected. People don't know how to uphold conversation unless it is over the phone. And even then, I downloaded, what is it? You're probably gonna laugh at me, but hey, I'm trying. I downloaded Bumble BFF to try and make friends, and the amount of people who cannot initiate conversation on that is disgusting. Like, we're talking about people who are older than me and who don't know how to do conversation. Like, what? Huh? What? Huh? Like, I don't mean to be bored of this conversation, but you are not giving me anything that I can go off of. Like, somebody told me, she said, oh, I'm really into, like, wineries and everything. I think they're great. And I was like, okay, I'm really not into wine unless I put it in, like, cooking. You know, what appeals to you about wineries and drinking wine? And she was like, oh, well, you know, it's just a nice atmosphere. And I was like, that's not helping me initiate conversation further with you. It's like for me, it's the exact same as just saying, hey, how was your day? And answering with yes. Huh? What? Sorry? Did something happen? Or is it just a day? That's what it felt like to me. people. Funny, funny people. However, I could be maybe a little... I might be a little arrogant, because I stream for a hobby. I'm really good at talking, mostly to myself. I'm really good at talking to myself. Which actually, I don't talk to myself unless I am streaming or recording. Anytime that I have a problem, I'm just gonna talk to myself in my head. I don't say a word. I am ridiculously quiet. As soon as I, like, get in front of the microphone, oh yeah, no worries. I could talk people's ear off. I will make your ears bleed from constant noise, don't you worry. Dead air? What's that? But at the same time, my partner has said that he doesn't like that I talk so much. And I brought this up to him the other day because lovely bread, here in chat, he made a good point. He was like, hey, why is he dating you if he, why does he dislike that? If he, you're a streamer. Like, that comes, it's like a package deal. Like, you know, streamer, girlfriend. Like, she's gonna talk a lot. What do you mean you don't like it? You knew full well moving into it. And I brought that up to him. And I was like, mate, this was brought up. I didn't say who or how or when. I just said, yeah, it was brought up in conversation by a friend. You found me through my content and me streaming, and you decided that, yeah, that's the energy I'm going for. I want her. And yet you complain about me talking your ear off. And his excuse, right? His excuse was, well, you don't know how much you talk because you edit your videos. And at one point I was like, okay, that's fair. I do cut out a lot of dead air when it comes to my YouTube videos because that's how editing is. However, on stream, which you have partaketh in a few times, good sir, you understand that I talk a lot. I don't know. Yeah, big huh. Massive huh in regards to that one. I don't know, he's just more and more becoming less of my cup of tea. I don't want to really bog down the stream with relationship details, but he started out being like my jam. He was like, yeah, this is the dude. This is the guy that I want. And then ever since the shit that went down last year, it's slowly been more of a case of like, you are not my type anymore. What's going on here? Is this complacency, or is this your true colors? What's going on? Whoa, we reached 100, holy crap. But yeah, I don't wanna bog down the stream with anything like that. Okay, how are we going? Okay, pre-roll ads, we've got another 35 minutes. That's fantastic. We don't have to worry about ads interrupting shit. That's so good. I might have to go for a bathroom break pretty soon too. I've had a little liquid today. It's my fault. I shouldn't have had a cup of tea so late at night. But I really, really wanted the cup of tea. So sorry. Yeah, if my coughing is annoying, I can try and mute myself. This is a chill experience. I like this. You're such a tea addict. No! No, don't point it out. No! No, don't say that. Yeah, it's not like I open up my cupboard and there's like 3 different boxes of tea or anything. It's nothing like that, I swear. I am a massive fan of black tea with a little bit of milk in it, preferably oat milk. It just tastes good to me. And I may or may not have a black tea with a little bit of— Why did you survive on 1 HP? That's really frustrating. I've got black tea with a little bit of citrus. I've got black tea that's more of like an Earl Grey, I should say. It's an Earl Grey. And then I have my favorite one, which is a French Earl Grey. That shit's my jam. That's so tasty. I try to only have a maximum of 2 cups of tea a day, because I understand that it's a problem. I am just personally thankful that I am not addicted to coffee, because that shit can wreck you. Actually, I once knew somebody who had at least 8 to 9 cups of tea a day. And I remember hearing that and thinking, is your brain okay? Like, anxiety, is that okay? Is your anxiety okay? What about withdrawal symptoms when you don't have a cup of coffee? How is that going for you? You know, and let's not forget, your poor kidneys, yeah? Like, your entire body's gotta work hard on that. Sometimes you give in to the urge, you know, oh man, it's a problem because I find it a comfort. So for me, whenever I feel stressed, upset, etc., I reach for a cup of tea because it is warm and comforting. And it's a problem. Oh my god, you should have seen the amount of tea that I went through when I was overseas visiting my partner. It was disgusting how much tea I went through. Just to find some level of comfort in the situation. I think I ended up having 3, maybe 4 cups of tea a day. It was bad. It was really bad. At the moment, I have 1 cup of tea at around like 2:30 p.m. You know, it's like afternoon tea. Just have a nice cup of tea. Not really worry about anything. Drink tea. However, the habit to have a 2nd cup of tea kicks in, so that's why I have a cup of tea really late at night, and I really shouldn't do it. It's bad. But I do it anyway because I'm weak. Apparently I'm just weak. I wonder how long this is actually going to take. I mean, reset time is anywhere— if I get lucky, it's like about 2 minutes. If I get unlucky because they just don't want to go on the same route as me, it's like 5 minutes. It's not the worst thing in the world. Oops, repel. But I'm sure everybody's got some kind of comfort thing they reach for. For me, back in the day, like when I was 14 to 16, for me it was spicy food. Anything spicy, I had to have my hands on it. And that still carries over even now. I love me spicy food. Recently found this habanero chili paste thing. It's like a chutney made from habanero chilies. It is ridiculously painful, and I love it. It's so unpleasantly painful that I adore it. I would put that shit on everything, but I value my taste buds and my stomach as well. What's the spicy shit called? If we're looking for like a brand name for the things that I love that are spicy, what is my go-to delicious spicy thing? Pickled jalapenos. I love them. That is like my go-to. Must have it in the pantry at all times. So I want to say it's spicy jalapenos. Not spicy. Of course they're spicy. Pickled. I'm gonna make people upset. Spicy jalapenos. Are you all triggered yet? Have I triggered you yet? Yeah, anything that I can slap those jalapenos on, I will. Oh man, I just pan-fried some chicken. Let me get some mayonnaise and some of those jalapenos. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man, piece of bread with some hummus? Yeah, no, jalapenos. Ah man, this dish is a bit bland. Yeah, let me mix together some of this sauce with jalapenos. It's a problem, but it's a problem I'm happy to have. You need something spicy right now because I'm sick? Ooh, what kind of sick are we talking? Because I have, like, the perfect thing for you. Are you sick as in, like, with a cold? Is your throat upset? Is it, like, stabbing every time you try to swallow? Are your sinuses blocked? Here's a fun fact, by the way. I was a really stupid person when I was 17? I think it was 17. I had a really bad blocked nose from a cold that I was having, and I was sick of it. I was so done with it, I'd had enough. And I grabbed a chili. Just a chili from outside on the bush. I'd grabbed it, I chomped into it, and I was like, this should clear my sinuses. It's a different kind of sinus clearing that happens. My nose was still blocked afterwards. So the best way to have spicy food if you want to clear your sinuses is with something hot, like a liquid. Yeah, don't just don't immediately just grab a chili and chew on it, because it's not going to have the effect you want. Ooh, your mother grows habaneros and you ate one when you were sick. Ooh, how'd that go? Best / worst 10 minutes of your life? I don't know, there's something about spicy stuff that just... Like, the science behind it is so curious that every time I feel it, I go, this is fascinating. It's painful, but I'm fascinated. As for, like, anything cold related, if you've got a really sore throat and, like, blocked sinuses, try a laksa soup. Pretty sure you can just grab them in little packets, mix them in water. Laksas are really, really good. I truthfully don't reach for laksas all the time, but whenever I'm really badly sick, just laksa packet mix, chuck it into a mug, hot water, mix it, off we go. Laksa is like a coconut-based spicy soup. Some of them come with noodles, some of them don't. I tried making laksa soup, I think it was about 2 years ago at this point, but I didn't have the right kind of... I had a green curry paste instead of red, so it came out a little... I want to say funkier than what I was expecting. I was expecting like a deep, rich flavor, and it came out more like a lime, zesty flavor. It wasn't bad, it was just no one else in my family wanted to eat it, so I was kind of stuck with eating this entire like 1 liter of laksa soup all by myself. It was a lot. You love noodle soup and ramen? Nothing beats a good ramen. I have not had a good ramen yet. I had a ramen at a sushi train. I think it was like... It was before I almost died. God, isn't that just a great, like, timeline thing? Oh yeah, you know, just before I died I had this. You know, it was like around, you know, February-ish. And I had that. I spent 12 Australian dollars on it, which, mind you, was really cheap. I got this massive bowl of noodles. I couldn't even finish it. I had to ask people for help. Hey, please, save me. I wanted to have sushi as well, but I'm so full. Please save me. It was really damn good, though. But I wouldn't say it was, like, the pinnacle of ramen that I've had. They do have a spicy chashu one. So I might go and maybe try that when I feel like I have an appetite for it. It was a massive bowl. I might have to stop streaming soon. I'm getting a little tired. And it's like 10:30 at night, so other people in the household are looking at going to sleep soon too. And I don't want to get yelled at for keeping people up. Because the dog next door does a good job at that anyway. Speaking of the dog next door, the guy who owns the dog next door, every time that I have texted him lately, it's just been some kind of excuse like, oh, I've done everything I can, what about you? What have you done to stop my dog barking? Like, mate, it's not my dog. It's not my responsibility to stop it barking. Have you tried noise-canceling headphones? My guy, it's a German Shepherd. I can still hear it through noise-canceling. Well, have you tried taking your work elsewhere? My dude, I cannot just up my PC and take it to a library. Cannot do that. He went from being fairly decent about the whole barking dog situation, and now he's just become aggressive, antagonistic, and defensive. So, probably just going to not talk to him anymore and just report it straight to council. I feel sorry for that dog. Poor thing doesn't get walked. Okay, he takes the dog for a walk down the end of the street and back for 5 minutes. He does 5 minutes once a week. 5 minutes once a week. That's like the level of walking that I would do if I am unwell. You know, I just want fresh air, but I can't do much. That's what I would do. Oh, horrible? No. Just you wait. So, along with the 5 minute once a week walks, this poor dog is left alone for 90% of the goddamn week. This dude is a teacher. He leaves at 7:30 in the morning to drive to wherever the bloody hell he works. And then he doesn't get back until like 10 o'clock at night, maybe even 11. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, what about weekends? This dude goes out partying. And like, I don't know how he sleeps. Like, how is he doing it? There have been a lot of times where he has gone out for the day to work. He's come back home at 6 or something. And then he just leaves and doesn't come back until 2 in the morning. Like, how? Huh? How are you working like that? What kind of energy supplement are you taking? Like, we're talking 4 to 6 hours of sleep a night. How are you doing it? I don't understand. But the poor thing isn't getting worked. Wow. The poor thing isn't getting walked. He's not getting enough exercise. He's not getting enough stimulation. I feel so sorry for him. And he's got massive separation anxiety that was diagnosed 2 years ago when we first brought it to the council. But he's not even medicated anymore because the barking is absurd. Whenever he's on meds, the barking doesn't happen. I just feel sorry for him. Poor thing needs a better owner. He's such a sweet dog as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with the dog. Everything is wrong with the person taking care of the dog. Like, if you cannot take care of yourself, why are you taking care of a pet? Like, just stop. But then again, this guy has made, in my opinion, he's made some pretty bad financial decisions. Like, looking at him and what he has bought, it's a case of like, wow. As someone who likes finances and money, I would not ever think about dating you. He's got, like, an Audi as a car. He's got that as... He's got it on a fucking loan. Sorry, excuse my language. He's got it on a loan. He cares more about social status than he does finances, and I feel like that's gonna bite him in the ass one day. Can call the authorities on him? I wish. You know, I have thought, because the dog is barking, like, at least 60 to 80% of the time. I have thought about just calling the cops and being like, hey, this dog is constantly barking. Just want to check if, like, you know, the house is being broken into. But then I thought, no, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. But at the same time, he's now starting to be a disrespectful cunt. it's probably because he's got a new girlfriend, that's why. Why aren't you shiny? I mean, to be fair, I am... Goodness me, not even close to... I'm not even close... Why are you living on 1 HP? I'm gonna have to trade this Mamoswine back to my other save file and use some proteins on it. That's really frustrating. It's only when it generates a particularly bulky Entei. Am I hoping to find Entei or Raikou? Honestly, I would love Raikou. I think that the yellow and the amber color just looks so good. Definitely would prefer Raikou. I mean, Entei's great, but only his little faceplate changes. Whereas Raikou, everything changes. But hey, I mean, either one would be pretty good. Oh, also really not keen on Entei because I've already got a fire type in my party. And I don't mind doubling up on types, but I've already got a pure fire type, so yikes. Sorry, my ability to talk is slowly starting to dwindle, and you can tell when I get tired because I start to talk a little less. Dumb Entei. How about you politely get lost this time, yeah? That's so annoying. It feels weird, actually, just KOing roamers instead of trying to catch them for once. As the first time that I'm trying to shiny hunt a roamer, it feels weird. I've always fought tooth and nail to try and catch them. Should probably also just increment that noise. It is really nice to talk to people about Pokemon. It's not really something that I do talk about, but I want to say a pretty big fan of Pokemon. I wouldn't say I'm crazy for it, but I do really like it. Okay, I might be a little crazy for Pokemon. It was the only thing that really kept me sane when I was going through school. Please be yellow. He's not yellow. That's sad. But it's nice to actually talk about it instead of kind of like... I would say something to my partner and he would have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. And it's like, oh, really? Just not even like a smidgen? Just, oh. Okay. So it is nice to find people of like minds who enjoy Pokemon and the insanity that is shiny hunting. It's nice. It's good. But then again, I do enjoy when people listen to me. It's great. It's totally not egotistical at all, I swear. Yeah, I do Pokemon and hip with the kids for sure. Yeah, you're totally down with the kids. Yeah. It's insane, but it's also so satisfying. You're so right, it is. Like, do you ever have moments where you're going through a hunt and you're thinking to yourself, does it even exist on my cart? Like, is this shiny Pokemon even physically, am I being fooled? Because it's taking so long to show up that you're like, is it really? Are we sure that you can shiny hunt this? Are we sure about this? Literally you with the shiny Keogu, it's just... That's how I feel with my Piplup hunt at the moment. It's literally a case of like, are we sure? Are we sure that this is doable? Are we sure? I feel insane. Like, are people just using like action replays or something and recording it. Is this a thing that's doable? But then I got reminded last night when my Sudowoodo showed up and I was like, oh yeah, it's doable. You just gotta have some patience. And it's such an odd sensation when the shiny does appear. It's like, oh shit, there it is. But at the same time, I'm just gonna believe in myself and increment that. Yeah, I believe in myself. I don't know, my reactions to shiny Pokemon are very... excuse me, jeez. Limited? Like, I try to keep myself as calm as possible because panicking will just lead to mistakes. Monster Hunter taught me that if I panic, I will die. So just, you know, be like the, oh god, there it is, and then, okay, calm down, calm down. Now catch it. And I have to say, the most panic-inducing thing is when you cannot save immediately afterwards and you have to mash through dialogue. It's like, what if my game freezes? What if I bump it? What if it runs out of battery? What if something bad happens? You know, I had that last night, trying to just mash through dialogue so I could save. That was the most panic-inducing thing. Takes you a second to realize it's really a shiny you're looking at and not the one that your brain made you think was there for a flash during your hunt. I think isn't that term called shino? Like you're shinoing? Like it's not actually a shiny, but you had a reaction that made you think it was? I've done that a lot. Particularly with like the night backdrop here when doing the briefcase simulator. Because when you initially release Piplup from the Pokeball, it makes it look a light hue instead of its actual color. So, the amount of times where I've gone, wait, oh no, that's not it. Like my heart skips a beat and I'm like, wait, is that it? No, it's not it. It's a bit disheartening. Doing that with Kyogre towards the end. Honestly, like, mad respect for doing that in Sapphire. If they actually allowed it in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I would have loved to have done that hunt there. Well, as a kid, I should say, as a kid. Looking at that cutscene now, no. Hell no. Like, Sun and Moon are bad enough. Which I do have a Rowlet hunt going. My Rowlet counter is at 155. It's not a quick cutscene. I don't know, there's something for me where I think to myself, okay, if I have several hunts that I can flick between, I will feel better about it. Like, my Piplup hunt was started November 2023, and being demotivated and then life getting in the way, I still haven't got it. And that's okay. Because I'm not going to spend, you know, like, my 9 to 5 soft resetting the game. That is pure insanity. Ooh, actually, there was a really, I'm sorry if, I'm just rambling a lot. I'm excited to talk about Pokemon. There is one particular hunt that I've had in mind for, like, months at this point, well before I even started picking up Soul Silver and Heart Gold. There's one particular hunt that I've really wanted to do, and I think it's really interesting, is trying to get a shiny Beedrill from a headbutt tree in the Ilex Forest. I think that would be a really cool hunt to do. I haven't seen any headbutt tree hunts. You have a Palkia hunt in BDSP that you started in 2022. Oh, you're still sitting in front of that Palkia and haven't played in a while? To be fair, though, the reset time in BDSP is disgusting. It's atrocious. Have I seen any of them? Nope, I haven't seen any of them. Like, I have seen those reset times. Ew, yuck, disgusting. Not sure when you started it anymore, honestly. I don't blame you. The only time that not the only time, jeez, okay, slow down my brain. The only reason why I remember my start date is because I wrote it down on a piece of paper. And I was like, yeah, this is my start date. Hell yeah. And then it's just gotten worse and worse and worse with each passing month. It's a bit sad. Like, I do not nickname my Pokemon. But for the amount of shit that I have experienced in the 2 years that the hunt has been ongoing, I actually have a name set up for it. When I get that shiny Piplup, I'm gonna call it Empressed. As in, like, Emperor and Impressed. Like, yeah, wow, I'm impressed that I actually stuck through this hunt, and it's an Emperor Penguin. So its name is gonna be Empressed. You still have the counter, but no date. Oh man, that's okay. Sometimes it's the journey that is the best thing instead of the destination. Excuse me. Except sometimes the destination is the thing that is truly, that's too much. Sometimes the destination is the best thing about the entire journey because thank God it's over. It's probably what it's gonna be like when I do pick up that Piplup hunt. It's gonna be like, oh, thank God it's over, I can play the game. I cannot remember for the life of me who it was, but I saw a YouTube video years ago with Sword and Shield. Oh, apparently there's an ad break in progress. Apparently. Is there an ad break going on? Why do they call it an ad break? It's just breaking my spirit. It's sad. Oh, wow. I completely forgot what I was talking about. What was it that I was talking about? I don't remember. I just completely forgot. That's right, I remember now. I'm just gonna wait until the ad break is apparently over. Stupid ads. Hate ads. Imagine if I got the shiny during an ad break. That would have been awful. For everyone involved. Me because people missed it, and you guys because you wouldn't have seen it. Oh, my chair. My chair is so squeaky. Right, as I was saying before I got distracted by being aggressively angry towards the ads. There was a video that I saw well back, years ago, in regards to Sword and Shield. I cannot for the life of me remember who made it. But this poor dude was just sitting on the first route, trying to shiny hunt a Wooloo. And he was sitting there basically being like, I am not going to move on until I get this shiny Wooloo. All of my team members are fully evolved at this point in the game because I have just been KOing every single one. I don't know if I'm playing the game right, but I want that shiny Wooloo. And all of the comments on that video were basically saying, no, you're playing the game right. This is how you play Pokemon. Which is, I agree. You should play the game how you want, which makes me even angrier that they keep on giving us shiny locked Pokemon. Stop! If people want to sit there and waste their time soft resetting for like 100 hours, let us do it. Just let us do it. And the whole, like, experience share, the team-wide experience share, let me turn that off. I don't want to be completely over-leveled by the time that I reach the Elite Four. Except in BDSP, that was unfair. I had to save scum that fight with Cynthia because I was not prepared for a competitively viable team. It is the right way to play because, yeah, he said he really wanted that Wooloo. Exactly. That is exactly. Have I used a repel? I am so distracted by myself, oh my god. No, if you want something, you get it. Forget what other people think, you get it. If you want that shiny Wooloo, you sit there for like weeks at a time and you get that shiny Wooloo. If you want that shiny Giratina, you sit there and you do it. If you want to make a competitively viable team, you go ahead and you do that. If you want to engage in RNG manipulation, be my guest. But as soon as you actually... Look, okay, if you want to use an action replay to hack stuff into your game, that's fine. Just keep it away from my game, okay? Don't take that stuff online. Don't trade me anything. Just keep it to yourself. Please and thank you. Please be shiny. Nope. I don't know why I beg. Like, please. Please. Oh, great Pokemon RNG. Please. Please, please, please give me a shiny. Like, it's not... That's not how it works. The amount of times that I have done it when streaming with my shiny Piplup hunt before I let that go for a while. The amount of times that I did that and I'm thinking, why did I do it? That's not... It's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be mean either. It's just... It'll happen when it happens. And when it happens, I will then have the opportunity to look back with hindsight and think, wow, I did it. Was it really worth it though? Sometimes people just really want a shiny Pokemon. And that to them makes it worth it. For me, trying to make a complete shiny living dex of over like 1,000, I don't know about that. For example, the shiny Gimmighoul raid. Well, I shouldn't say the shiny Gimmighoul raid. The Gimmighoul raid, that was an event that came up for Scarlet and Violet. I still have that on my Switch because I wanted to shiny hunt the only way that you could legitimately get the Gimmighoul. And I don't know what to say. If they ever do an event where they just release a shiny Gimmighoul, I think I might just take that. It's a grueling hunt to do. I have done 13 raids, and that was enough to make me go, this is sucky. This is awful. And I think I wrote down the amount of time that it takes to check all of the 5-star raid dens for what you're after. It was not a pretty number. I think it took me like 15 minutes each time that I had to change the date. It was not a pretty number. But eventually I am going to need a shiny Gimmighoul and shiny Golden Go to add to my collection. So either they be polite and they give an event, and I will happily take that, or I just suck it up and do it. I go around and I check every single one of those 5-star raids. Which I'm not really looking forward to. So if I can prolong it until they give us an event, that'd be great, but I don't think they're going to give us an event. Because they gave us an event where people... I mean, bless the community for being able to share that. But I missed out on that. Or you could play Pokemon Go. I'm gonna be sick. Ew, Pokemon Go. I remember when Pokemon Go came out. All of those people who were dissing on Pokemon were saying, Pokemon sucks, it's so bad. Oh my god, you play that? You're such a nerd. Ha 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 ha. As soon as Pokemon Go came out, all of those people became hypocrites and they started playing Pokemon. That's what makes me the most upset about it. Like, huh? You play Pokemon Go and yet you're still gonna make fun of people who play Pokemon legitimately? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. Wow, when did that even come out? Like 2016? 2015? Something like that. I remember one girl. She She was running. She actually skipped class to catch a Dragonair that spawned in the courtyard. And I was on my way back from doing something. I don't even know what I was doing. But she was like in a hurry and I had never seen her run before. And I was like, hey, what's wrong? Is something wrong? And she went, there's a shiny, there's a Dragonair that spawned in the courtyard. I need to have it. And I was there looking at her like, I'll come with. For no other reason other than the fact that this is hilarious to me. You are literally skipping class to catch a Pokemon. Excuse me. Oh, my voice is... Can you hear that? My voice has just died. My voice has had enough. My voice doesn't want to anymore. Oh god, it's just getting worse. My voice is just getting worse and worse. Oh. It's a Hoot Hoot. I was expecting it to be the Pokemon I was looking for. Oh god. Right, have I even KO'd it? Am I looking... Nope, there it is. I just didn't put a repel on. That's okay. Jeez, it's not really wanting to show up anytime soon. I'm running out. There we go. Please be shiny. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day. You got your shiny Gimmighoul from the event? That's fair. Do not have the roaming form. I mean... Here's the thing, right? If it's not part of an actual Pokedex, is it legitimately... like a... How do I say this? Is it a legitimate Pokemon if it does not have... Okay, I'm not making any sense. If you cannot catch it in a mainline Pokemon game, is it a legitimate Pokemon? Like Meltan, Melmetal, roaming Gimmighoul. Are they legitimate? I kind of feel like they're not. But then again, I'm just snarky and don't like Pokemon Go. Oh, they just did an event where you could get the shiny roaming form. That's pretty cool. I am very upset that shiny Gimmighoul doesn't change the chest color from red to blue. Or even purple. Like, just changing the color of the chest would have been brilliant, but instead we got a hue lighter. A lot of modern shiny Pokemon are very disappointing. Charcadet is another great example. Only the eye color changes, and Armarouge and Ceruledge, we could have had something really cool, but we didn't. Yeah, and shiny Reshiram and Zekrom would have been awesome if they swapped color palettes. A black Reshiram and a white Zekrom would have been amazing as shinies. However, I am pretty partial to the colors that they used for the electricity and the flames. I am really a big fan of them. I think I gotta stop the stream soon. It's almost 11 PM for me. And I am not a night owl. But great news is my internet is holding up really well. Like, my bitrate is incredibly stable. This is almost unheard of. You would say yes because you can bring them to mainline? Okay, yeah, that's fair. You play a lot of Pokemon Go. You brought over your shiny Kyurem, Zacian, Zamazenta, and Galar- Oh, I missed all of those Galarian birds. To be fair, it was only if you entered in, like, the competition or something. Like the, what is it, like a competitive scene? Like, even if you just didn't win, you still got it. I'm upset that it was an event only and that you cannot hunt it yourself. It makes me upset. And I've got my shiny Zacian and Zamazenta from the code when I pre-ordered Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I had a heart attack though because I thought that I reset like one of my Switch files that had them on there, because I wasn't sure if I put them into Pokemon Home or not. But it's all good, I put them in Pokemon Home. Oh man, don't even get me started on Pokemon Home. Why do I have to pay just to put my Pokemon in storage? It's really frustrating. Wait a second. I've done it again, haven't I? Yes, I have, alright. I'm so bad at paying attention. No, not the Pokemon. Go into the bag. Come on. Repel. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. So you can hunt them in Go, and they are some of the rarest shinies in Go, and I happened to get one. So I brought it to Violet, and now it's a Raidmon. I truthfully know nothing about Pokemon Go. I tried it 3 separate times and didn't like it all of those times. But then again, I'm on a... what is it? Is it called prepaid? I just pay for like a lump of like, you know, phone stuff. I pay for a lump of service, and when it goes away, I then pay for more. Because I barely use my phone. So for me, it's not really too feasible because I don't have a lot of mobile data to just toss around. Prepaid, yeah, that's the word. Oh no, I'm getting tired, but I'm really enjoying this so far. This is what streaming should be. It's just nice and fun. But lately I've been feeling... I don't know. I feel like I've been forcing myself to stream. Like, I'm enjoying what I do when I get into it. It's just... actually getting started is my problem. Like, I'm fine as soon as I begin the stream. One second. Like, it's fine when I actually start the stream. But it's the initial part of starting. That's the problem. But I'm trying to stream more consistently. So I'm doing my best to just show up. Even if I stream stuff like, you know, my thumbnail work, it's just something. We can just sit here, chill, talk shit if we wanted to. Although there are a couple of games that I don't think that I would ever stream. Like, I tried streaming Warframe a few times, but I don't know. Whenever I watch people play Warframe, I feel like I get motion sickness. It's such a fast-paced game, and if I'm not actively playing it myself, I feel a bit sick. So I don't want to do that to other people. I don't want to make them suffer motion sickness, so I just don't really play it. You just plan on using it to help fill in your shiny decks? Doubt you'll ever finish it? No. Let me get more comfortable. Not with that attitude, you won't. You can do it. No, if it's something that you really... if you feel like you can't do it because, you know, not enough time, you don't have the motivation, or you just lose interest in it, then that's fair. You gave it a good go, and there's no harm in just stepping back. Like, I used to be a highly competitive little shithead. But as I've grown older, I've now started to realize that, no, it's okay. I can step back. I don't have to always be the best. Hell, I'm happy to be the worst if it means that I get to be lazy because of it. Oh no, my repel. Okay, real talk though, I do want a shiny Pidgey. I want a shiny Pidgey, and I am going to need something that's capable of using Fly, because I don't want to bike around everywhere. Repels are expensive. Fly is free. I'm not entirely sure if I'll finish my shiny living dex, particularly because I'm hunting in older games. But it's a nice casual challenge just to keep me going. It's something I can engage in when I don't really feel like doing anything else. I don't feel like playing Monster Hunter? That's okay. Just shiny hunt. Don't want to do thumbnails and I want to constantly put them off? Yeah, no big deal. Just do some shiny hunting. Don't want to go to bed even though I'm mega tired? Yeah, that's okay. Just shiny hunt. Hey, should really go to the gym because exercise is good for me? Yeah, no, I don't feel like it. Just shiny hunt instead. Oh man, I'm bad at being consistent with stuff that I do. I have so many hobbies because I just get, I don't know, I wouldn't say bored, and I wouldn't say overwhelmed either. Maybe I do burn myself out. I've got so many hobbies. I've got, you know, my YouTube work, I've got streaming. I recently picked up embroidery earlier this year. Animation when I feel like actually putting in hard work. I do crochet and knitting. I don't mean to just constantly flick between hobbies, but sometimes I just don't feel like doing a particular thing for X amount of time. Kyo, from what I know of you, you burn yourself out really often. No offense. You don't have to call me out on it. But no offense taken. It's a problem. I'm just, you little shit, come over here and face me. Yeah, no offense taken. Oh, I didn't increment the thing. I know that I do burn myself out a lot. You're not wrong with saying that. I'm just really bad at knowing when to stop. And I'm also really bad at taking breaks. And I'm really bad at taking time for myself. I am the perfect employee because I don't know what self-respect is. No, I have self-respect. When it comes to my own personal work, I just want to constantly do as much as I can. Because the more I do, the faster I'll improve. But no, you're right, I do burn myself out a lot. It's a problem. Goody goody two shoes over here, for real. No you. Yeah, I probably have too many hobbies simply because I do burn myself out with stuff. Like, I did a lot of knitting when I was in the hospital. It was just the right environment to do knitting in. I didn't feel like reading. I didn't want to play games. Just knitting. I mean, like, I'm bedridden. I'm literally chained to the wall. May as well just do knitting. And I finally finished that small little pink blanket that I was knitting when I was in the hospital. But unfortunately, it's too efficient at keeping heat in, so I've just packed it up, put it in safekeeping. It's partially wool, so it does a really good job at that. And I picked up painting end of last year because it's been something I've been wanting to do for ages, and I was like, you know what? No time like the present. I'm just gonna learn how to paint. And now that I'm fairly decent at painting, it's... yeah, you're right, I do burn myself out a lot. I don't know, I'm really bad at doing nothing. How does one do absolutely nothing? How do you do it? Help me. I remember after I spent time outside today, I thought to myself, wow, I really don't want to do anything. But then I ended up doing shiny hunting instead because I didn't want to just do absolutely nothing. You know what, the more that I say to try and defend myself, the more that I'm just agreeing with your point. I have no leg to stand on. I keep saying that I'm really lazy, but truth be told, I don't think I am lazy. I do a lot in a day. Just because I feel guilty if I don't do a lot in a day. Wow, I don't want to bog down the stream with this. Let's not talk about that. Let's Chari, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. This hunt is so much better when you talk with people. It's a lot better when you talk with people. Trying to do this, just mindlessly watching videos, not good. Cannot recommend. It drains you. You quite literally never do nothing except for when you sleep. If I'm not gaming or in school, I'm probably just scrolling Instagram reels. Yeah, see, I am completely off the grid with social media. Aside from YouTube, but that's because I upload that. Anyway, that aside, I don't have Facebook. Well, I do have Facebook, but I don't check it. So I don't check Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I don't scroll Reddit. What else is there? Tumblr, don't use that. DeviantArt, don't use that. I mean, hell, I am also pretty inconsistent with being present in Discord anyway. I'm just bad at social media. And it makes me feel bad too. I remember one time I re-downloaded Instagram and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna look at crochet stuff because that's my interest. And I remember scrolling through some Instagram stuff with crochet while I was in the bath one time, and it made me feel so miserable when I finished my bath that I was like, nah, can't do it. Can't sit on social media. Every hunt is, to be honest. That's so true. I finished my pseudo-wudo hunt last night, and that's kind of sparked this hunt. I didn't really want to do it so soon after I had just finished one, but I mean, hey, it's literally just up the road. Oh god, but the setup for this hunt is garbage and I hate it, and I don't wish this upon anybody. Am I distracted myself? Nope. Okay, doing good. Also, I don't know if it's just me, or if it's because it's late at night and I'm not a night owl, but this light music in the background is actually, it's making me feel kind of sleepy. It's just nice and calm. It's just the perfect level where I could listen to it as white noise. I'm totally not gonna fall asleep to this. Promise. Why is Black and White's, and just Black and White 2, why is Gen 5's music so good? Please don't be bulky. Thank goodness it's not bulky. Oh no, this is music I would actually listen to fall asleep. Burbank City is so good. Whoever does the music for Pokemon, I'd like to meet them one day. Maybe have them sign like one of my old Pokemon posters and whatnot. Maybe one of my old guidebooks. Ooh, that'd be good. Speaking of guidebooks, do people still collect them? Like to use, I mean, not for greedy purposes, but to collect them for actually using them. Is that something that people do? I stopped buying them with Sun and Moon and I kind of regret it because I don't have a complete collection of them. But at the same time, I haven't seen any guidebooks, you know, official guidebooks for the Switch games. Okay, except for Sword and Shield, but do you really need a guidebook for Sword and Shield? Like Legends Arceus, Scarlet and Violet. I haven't seen any guidebooks. Man, remember when guidebooks were just absolutely everything? Like, especially like the limited edition collector's one. They were so good. I only have one of those. And I don't even know how much it cost because it was given to me as a gift. Okay, what do we say we just do this one and then I go Betty Buys because this music is making me sleepy. And it's 10 past 11 as well. I'm getting really sleepy. Since Gen 5, they low-key made Pokemon a straight line, to be honest. That's, yeah. Like, hell, I was speedrunning through my spare copy of Pokemon Silver today, and I went from, where is it? Olivine City to Cianwood City, back to Olivine for the Ampharos. Completely forgot that I was supposed to do the gym there, and then I went ahead to Mahogany Town, and I did the gym there. And it was only after I did the gym in Mahogany Town that I went, oh wait, hold on. I forgot the Olivine gym. Because there was no one, like, shoehorning me into that. It was kind of nice, honestly. Just doing one gym directly after another. It was really nice. I liked it. But yeah, you're right. With Gen 5, it is literally a straight line since then. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Now that makes me think, which is the easiest in regards to just progression? Like, how easy would it be for the first time ever if you went through a Pokemon game? No guide, no nothing, just from starter to Elite Four. How easy would it be? Now that's got me thinking, because Sword and Shield was ridiculously easy. But at the same time, X and Y is also, I want to say, probably the easiest game. Oh, here's a fun fact about X and Y. When you get to Lumiose City, and, you know, Lysander's all like, oh, I'll come to this cafe thing, we're gonna totally have a chat, and I'm not evil, blah blah blah. The first time I played through that game, I accidentally just skipped all the dialogue by mashing A, and I had no idea where to go. I had no clue. And my dumbass didn't even have the bright idea to just look up online where to go. Okay, Entei, you're not shiny. Oh, my music just buffered. Oh. Okay. That spooked me. I was worried that my internet crashed. Maybe Scarlet and Violet, they have lots of exploring and free roam. That's true. And you can do anything in any order that you want, provided your team can handle it. That's true. To be honest, you low-key enjoyed X and Y. I wouldn't say I dislike it, but I have played better. I don't know how to describe it. Something about, like, I don't want to be... Nicknames. This is the name that I am given, okay? I enter it in. Please don't give me a nickname. But no, that's not... I don't think that's the problem that I have with X and Y. I think it is just far too handholdy. However, for the first time that I played it, it was a really good game. I remember playing it in the back of the car. I was really excited to get into it. I was like, wow, oh my god, it's the first 3D Pokemon game. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what kind of Pokemon there are, even though I saw every single leak under the sun. Hawlucha was the only Pokemon that escaped me when I was looking through leaks. And my experience with X and Y, with searching up all of the leaks and spoilers, because I saw every single Pokemon that was there except for Hawlucha. For me, that was the moment that I went, I'm not looking up spoilers again. Totally Blind experience is the experience for me. Okay, I really gotta look at going to bed soon. I gotta do one more. It's like, it's 11:15 at night. Uh-oh. This is the problem when I enjoy streaming too much, I just lose track of time. And Verbek's OST in my ears is just... it's so soothing. Oh my god. I can feel my arms relaxing, and that's kind of the problem. As soon as I feel my arms and shoulders relax, I know that I am on the train to Dreamland. It's not a fatigue tired, it's like a wow, yeah, I am sleepy kind of tired. Oh, bread! Bread! I saw your question in chat, like, at the start of the stream. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to ignore it. I was going to answer it. When is the face cam returning? Soon. Soon, TM. I didn't mean to ignore you. I did see it. I just completely forgot to respond. I'm so sorry. The face cam is returning soon. It's just anytime that something needs to be recorded for YouTube, I just take it off because it's so much easier in editing. Where is this Entei? Show your face to me. Come on. So yeah, when I find a game that I'm not going to record for YouTube, or when I get source record actually bloody working for once, probably gonna do that. Excuse me, jeez. I didn't mean to ignore you. I did see it, I just completely forgot to respond. Okay. And it is not shiny, so therefore I am going to just soft reset. I'm gonna put my stylus away. I'm gonna start to wrap up the stream because I would like to go to bed. Bed is nice. Sleeping is good. So, thank you guys so much for dropping by and saying hello. I have really enjoyed this stream. Just a nice, light, casual stream to end the week with. I've had a lot of fun with this. I don't know when I'm gonna be streaming this again, but well, like I should probably say, particularly shiny hunting like this. Oh man, oh Verbek is such a good OST. It's making me sleepy. Oh, it's fading. Nope, it's not. Ugh. Yeah, I need to go to bed. I'm really tired. I don't want to burn myself out because, as we've just discussed, I'm really good at burning myself out. I don't want to burn myself out when it comes to this hunt. But at the same time, I am currently very motivated to get it done. So I think I'm going to continue with this and streaming it until the motivation fades. And on top of that, I'm probably going to start streaming my thumbnail work as well because I just need to get it done. Videos cannot be released unless I do thumbnails for them. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for dropping by and being patient with the stupid ads that roll by. I'm sorry there's nothing I can do about them. I appreciate your patience with them. But, I hope you guys can enjoy your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. And I will catch you guys most likely tomorrow, if my internet is stable. Let's just pencil it in for tomorrow. Internet seems to be okay. So, thank you guys once again, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye guys, make sure you stay hydrated, okay? Take care of yourselves, alright? Go get some nice food.